Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality healthcare and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
The Admirals took Game 1 against the Steelheads on Wednesday with a gutsy all-around team performance in front of Isaac Poulter. Tonight, they'll try to build on the momentum with an ever-changing roster, bringing fresh life into the Admirals locker room. Hello everyone and welcome inside the broadcast booth here inside Scope Arena for the Cox Mobile pregame show on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network. Nick Gimbel alongside Brad Jones and producer Benjamin Draper off to our right for Game 2 against the Idaho Steelheads. Howdy y'all, we're here for Country Night against the Idaho Steelheads. Brad, welcome back onto the broadcast, and it was a good team performance on Wednesday, but it's going to be a tough rematch against an Idaho team that is ready and coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah, the Admirals were roping and riding all Wednesday night, Nick. It was a honky-tonkin' good time. We'll drop some puns all night here. But
we're going to go back with the dog puns.
Yeah, no, it was a great game from the Admirals on Wednesday night. I thought the effort was fantastic from the bunch. Isaac Poulter was as strong as he always is in goal, but every shift the Admirals were competing, coming at him. And that late goal from Brandon Osmondson obviously was massive to seal the 3-2 victory.
We'll take a look at some of the highlights from Wednesday's 3-2 victory. There was no scoring in the opening 20 minutes of play. The Admirals took Idaho scoreless into that first intermission. We talked about it during that first intermission, that Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show, where the Admirals had to have gained a little bit of positivity, taking a tough Idaho opponent scoreless into the first period and tied after 20 minutes. We see Isaac Poulter having to stop a couple of breakaways, and Brandon Osmondson, he got the game winner later on. We'll catch that in a little bit, but a big board battle win there to give Brady Florent his team-leading 22nd goal of the season.
Yeah, it was all about the effort right there from Oz. I mean, look at no penalty, surprisingly, on that play. We said that a lot that night, but fighting through the holding and the interference there, and was able to get that up to Grant Heberrio, makes a nice feed to Brady Florent for the finish.
As we move along the Cox Mobile pregame show, we'll tell you about tonight's lineup, but that top line will have a different look. And Isaac Poulter on the power play yielding a tying goal. The Admirals would come right back the other way as Brody Crane gets a goal in his second straight game on the hard carom off the end wall.
Goal in a second straight game and a four-game point streak for Brody Crane. He's taking advantage of top 6 minutes here, playing with Pap and Dureau, and those three have found a way to produce nicely together.
The Admirals would hold on to this 2-1 lead with help from goaltender Isaac Poulter standing tall in his crease, reassigned by the Winnipeg Jets from the Manitoba Moose on Tuesday for this game on Wednesday. So it was a big task for Isaac Poulter, but he yields another tying goal halfway through the second. And here, this top line of Hebert and Florent, no matter who they're with, love to move it from below the goal line in front. And this time it's Osmundson to give the Admirals a go-ahead goal with less than 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and their work below the goal line's nice. Nice job right there by Ozzy to creep in, find that soft area, beat the defender, Panette to that puck right there and put it home.
And it's the same thing we talked about with Brody Crane. Osmundson doesn't dust it off, rips it right in on goal. And then this one, Idaho thought they may have tied it up for a third time. Isaac Poulter slammed the door with a minute remaining. Idaho would win the last 10-second face-off in the Admirals' defensive zone. Norfolk would clear it, not enough for an icing call, and the Admirals would hold on for a 3-2 victory on Wednesday. Brad, what did you see out of that game on Wednesday that needs to be carried over into tonight's game?
Well, I think the most important thing, we said it at the intermission of both, is you got to maintain, right? The Admirals had a hot start, 7-1 edge in shots in that game. They were all over them, scoreless after the first 20 minutes, and we sat here before the second and said they got to maintain, right? You can't come out and have your best period in the first and then just let it die off. And then after the second, another good period. It's like, okay, now you got to make sure you maintain that into the third to win the game. The effort, it's got to start with effort there. You got to outwork this Idaho team. You got to make them uncomfortable. They're a strong team. They think they're going to come in here and take all 3 wins, an easy 6 points and go home. The Admirals showed them they're not going to be pushed around on Wednesday night. They got to carry that over here again tonight.
You're watching the Cox Mobile pregame show here on the Centerra Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. When we come back, we'll preview tonight's new look Admirals lineup. We said that on Wednesday. Some more changes yesterday for the Admirals. We'll tell you about tonight's lineups, tell you about Brad's keys to victory and players to watch here for more of the Cox Mobile pregame show.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no brake to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia Beach, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admiral Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
We welcome you back inside Scope Arena as we continue our Cox Mobile pregame show for Game 2 against the Mountain Division's Idaho Steelheads. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth for more of the Cox Mobile pregame show. Nick Gimbel alongside Brad Jones, producer Benjamin Draper off to our right.
And his blue hat.
And Ben's blue hat, yes. Country night here inside of Scope Arena. A lot of the Admiral staff wearing those blue cowboy hats. We'll see and hear a lot of that cowboy theme tonight. Nothing but country music here inside of Scope Arena. The Admirals with a bit of a new look lineup when they return from Greensboro on Wednesday, and it will be another new look lineup for the Admirals tonight as Dylan Savenkov and goaltender Christian Prott were released yesterday, and a couple of additions from Canisius College were brought in for the lineup tonight.
Yeah, Killian Kieker-Olsen goes in on the top line, center Jack Pascucci on the back end, 11-7 here tonight. I think the center position is going to be a big one, Nick. We talked about Grant Hebert goes on the injured reserve today. He finished that game on Wednesday, so we don't know what's going on with him. But obviously Chase Yoder going up and Kevin Conley going overseas. That was the team's top three centers most of the year. So down the middle, I think, is going to play a big key in this game. Pap stays with Crane and Duro. That third line also stays intact. Hardy and Sutter, the extra forwards. And then Pascucci comes in there as the seventh defenseman. Well, Magnuson draws back in for David Drake on the back end.
Jack Pascucci also brought in from Canisius College. He has quite a reputation here inside of Scope Arena. His dad, Ron, played for the Hampton Roads Admirals in the mid-90s.
Yep, he played the 93, 94, 94, 95, and 95-6 season with the Hampton Roads Admirals. 3 seasons, 104 points in 140 games played on 21 goals, 83 assists, and 268 penalty minutes.
So it was great to talk to Jack this morning and hear that bit of information that he has that family lineage here, not just in pro hockey, but here in the 757.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously special for the family right there. Father-son connection to play for the same organization, pretty cool. Saw that a couple years ago at Regan Cavanaugh. Obviously, his dad and team owner Patrick Cavanaugh played here. So doesn't happen very often in this sport, but when it does, it's pretty special.
On the other side, the Idaho Steelheads with a bit of a mix-up for themselves. They're also going 11-7.
Yeah, they lost Kanata, the forward there. We said he didn't come out for the period there during Wednesday's game, so they're going 11-7, and they're going to get number 5 there, Tommy Berglund, sent down from the Texas Stars. Will jump in on the back end. Chris Dodero draws in as well, but Berglund, 7 points in 6 games with the Steelheads this year, so he'll provide some offense there on the back end for the Steelheads.
And we mentioned it a little bit on Wednesday with the NHL's trade deadline today. We knew there could be potential for both sides to have that mix-up with players being sent up and down each organization.
Yeah, Tyler Myers being traded to Dallas. I'm assuming that's why you're seeing Berglund here right now with the trickle-down effect with Myers obviously going to the Stars. Someone's got to go down to the Texas Stars and then down to the Steelheads.
So, Brad, the Admirals were able to take Game 1 on Wednesday by a score of 3-2. What are your keys to victory to do it again tonight for Country Night?
Yeah, well, I think you mentioned it in the onset. This is going to be an angry Steelheads team. The Admirals going to be on top of their P's and Q's here tonight. Number 1's going to be 5 in front. When we showed those keys of the game, some breakaways early on. A lot of Idaho did a good job of leaking out, getting in behind the Admirals defense, forcing Poulter to make some massive saves, which is a big turning point in that game for the Admirals. Got to make sure the Steelheads aren't leaking in behind the defense, and forwards make sure they're covering when the defense pinch in the offensive zone for the Admirals. Number 2 is going to be team toughness. Idaho leads the ECHL in penalty minutes, and they look to stir the pot as we saw on Wednesday night, trying to pick fights and scrums all night long. Admirals got to make sure they're disciplined, but also have each other's back when things get chippy. And then number 3, north-south, very much in line with a keep it simple key on Wednesday. Look for Norfolk to play a north-south game. Don't get too cute. Trying to go east-west, get up and down the ice, and make sure, like we saw on Wednesday night, this team is competing every single shift.
Well, and like you said, that north-south mentality, not so much not necessarily moving east-west across the ice, but like you said, keep it simple, get that puck in deep, get the puck out, and if you're going back, get back with a purpose. Doesn't do you much good to just back check to an unknown area in the defensive zone. Got to pick up a man in front on that back check.
Yeah, there's got to be purpose in everything you do, and when I say the north-south too, we've seen a lot of overpassing at times this year. When this team goes hard to the net, they fire pucks there, they fire bodies there, they're very successful. They start trying to stand flat-footed and move things east to west, make seam passes, that's when we see the high number of turnovers.
Brandon Osmondson was suspended for 3 games following the line brawl that ensued against the Fort Wayne Comets here about a week and a half ago. The Admirals dropped all 3 games that he was out of the lineup. The Admirals have now won 2 straight with Brandon Osmondson back in the lineup. Let's take a look at Brad's players to watch tonight for both teams.
Yeah, for Idaho, number 21, Mason Nevers. He was the former Minnesota Golden Gophers captain and Big Ten champion, posted both of Idaho's goals on 5 shots on Wednesday night to improve to 16 points in 35 games this season. He has notched 5 points in his last 4 games, including 2 multi-point efforts. And then I'm going to go with Ozzy again here for the Admirals. He showed again last night his value to this team and what he does to this lineup with an assist in that game-winning goal. He's up to 9 points now in his last 10 games played.
And as I alluded to, you mentioned it, Brad, it is a visual representation of why he has that letter on his sweater, what he brings, the intangibles he brings, not only on the score sheet, but just being that spark plug that the Admirals need night in and night out.
Yeah, it's the way he plays, right? He's not afraid to get his nose dirty. He takes a hit. He stands up for his guys. He does the little things right. His compete is off the chart on a whole nother level, and that's contagious to this lineup every single time he's in it.
This has been the Cox Mobile pregame show here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. When we come back, we'll send you down to ice level for public address announcer Brian Gimbel to tell you tonight's starting lineups, introduce the national anthem, and get you set for puck drop here on Country Night between the Admirals and Steelheads.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in, and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward, that spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
It's time to saddle up and get down to ice level and bring in public address announcer Brian Gimbel to tell us tonight's starting lineups and get you set for puck drop on Country Night between the Norfolk Admirals and Idaho Steelheads.
And now the starting lineup for your Norfolk Admirals presented by Sky 4. On defense, number 10, Braden Inga. On defense, making his professional debut, number 28, Jack Pascucci. At forward, number 25, Brandon Osmondson. At forward, also making his professional debut, number 26, Killian Kinker Olsen. At forward, number 94, Brady Flores. And starting in goal, number 31, Alex Worthington. Fans, please turn your attention to center ice for tonight's ceremonial puck drop. Please welcome to the ice the commanding officer of the USS Harry S. Truman, Captain Daniel Prochaska, and the executive officer of the Truman, Captain Gordon Shriver. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, would you please stand if you're able? Gentlemen, remove your caps for the presentation of colors and the singing of the national anthem. Here to present our nation's colors, please welcome students from Gates County High School's Naval National Defense Cadet Corps. Here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome students from St. Matthew's School. St. Matthew's School. Marco, let's play hockey!
Admirals fans, let's ride. It's time to rock the barn tonight. So get up, get loud, get crazy, and make some
Game 2 between the Admirals and Steelheads starts right now for Friday night action at Scope Arena. And let's take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders.
Yeah, in the saddle tonight here for Norfolk's going to be Alex Worthington. Started 4 of 6 games for Norfolk during Poulter's recall to Manitoba. Worthy allowed 3 goals on 30 shots and a 3-2 loss to Greensboro last Wednesday, and then got the hook on Saturday, allowing 2 goals on 4 shots. It'll be Ben Kral's back-to-back starts here for the Steelheads. The Dallas Stars signed goaltender, 12-8-1 this season with the Steelheads. He's dropped his last 4 starts, allowing 15 goals in that span. He made 24 saves and a 3-2 loss to Norfolk on Wednesday night.
Norfolk in their home navy blue uniforms trimmed in white and gold will be moving left to right across the ice surface for period number 1. Alex Worthington in the net to our left. The 2 newcomers out of Canisius College get the start. Steelheads dump it into the far corner. First on it, Norfolk is going to send it around the near side boards. Brady Florent gets a handle on it, sends it into the middle for Osmundson, and he'll move it right up the way for Kieker Olsen. Out on defense, Jack Piscucci. Both of them signed contracts today. Piscucci an ATO, Kieker Olsen an SPC. Opening line changes of the game as Florent dumps it cross corner to the far side. Marco Reifenberger trying to find it from Nathan Knoll. Comes out to the high slot in the Admirals' offensive zone. O'Leary can't get a handle. And Liam Malmquist moves it into the middle. Caleb Pearson's shot rolls towards the glove hand of Alex Worthington for his first puck touch of the night, just 56 seconds into the opening period of play.
Yeah, and after being chased in his last start in that opening period, you want to give some easy first saves here for Worthy. Let him feel it, let him get that confidence back. We saw that build throughout the course of his prior 2 starts before last Saturday.
Admirals win a defensive zone face-off. It'll be sent to the near side corner, and McDougall sends it the length of the ice all the way down to Steelhead territory. Cross plays it with the paddle to the near side for Hershuk. Stolen away. O'Leary has it in the trapezoid to the middle, and it's paddled away and cleared by Idaho to the neutral zone. Musser sends it onto the forehand of O'Leary, and from the neutral zone, he'll go backwards to McDougall to hold possession now for Marco Reifenberger. Up the middle, O'Leary comes over the blue line, tries to find Christoph Papp down the left wing wall. Pops out to Jaden Dureau, fresh off the bench, and he'll backhand it into the near side corner with Christoph Papp tailing him all the way around to the far side. Brody Crane scoring in back-to-back games. On Saturday in Greensboro and Wednesday here at Scope against Idaho. He's out here as Papp lost the handle in the trapezoid behind, gets into the battle. Does Jaden Dureau back behind, still tied up behind the net. Dureau finally.
We're going to pick up where we left off. Every Idaho player wants to fight.
Samuel Jardine trying to tie up Jaden Dureau, who doesn't want too much of that. Back in the offensive zone, trying to get more on the score sheet with a point rather than the penalty minutes, does Jaden Dureau. 17:40 left in a still scoreless first period. We had no goals in the opening 20 minutes of play on Wednesday. The Admirals come out of the neutral zone with a 4-on-2. Kieker Olsen drops it back. Engum fires a shot, and Kieker Olsen goes right towards the front of the net. As that one almost fooled Ben Krause on Braden Engum's shot with 17.5 left in a scoreless first period. Tomorrow is Guns and Hoses You can get discount tickets to both games through this ticket deal. Scan the QR code on your Flow Hockey screen. Tomorrow, March 7th, marks the return of that Guns N' Hoses game where local heroes hit the ice as police take on firefighters at 2 p.m. And then the Admirals take on the Steelheads for the third and final game at 7:05 p.m. That one ticket gets you into both games. That will be a fun day tomorrow as the Steelheads do send it to the neutral zone, eventually all the way down to Admiral territory. A partial 2-on-1 stymied by a back check of Osmondson. Skated down on the near side circle, and it will be pushed the length of the ice for a Sheraton Waterside icing with 17:10 left in a still scoreless first period.
Well, taking a look at our new guys here, Kieker Olson, 3 years at Canisius, 1 at Maine, 102 combined games played in the NCAA, 41 points. He played for Chicago, Des Moines, and Lincoln in the USHL, as well as Chippewa in the North American League. And then Jack Pascucci, 3 years at UConn, 1 at Canisius, 76 games played, 7 points. Played for Des Moines in the USHL and the Junior Bruins in the NCDC.
Kieker Olson and Pascucci were not only teammates this season with Canisius College, they were teammates with the Des Moines Buccaneers in the USHL in that 2021-22 season. So good heads up from head coach Jeff Carr to not only acquire them together, but put them out on the ice with some familiarity on a brand new team at a brand new level. Just past the 3-minute mark of period 1, Idaho sends it to the neutral zone. A 2-on-3 comes into the Admirals' defensive zone. It's backhanded to the far corner. Carson Musser gets tied up. Brady Florent comes into the board battle. McDougal is there, but the Steelheads come away with possession. They'll move it to the blue line now near side. Shot taken. It's blocked in front. Rolls just wide of the near side post as Musser got just enough of it to steer it wide.
Yeah, that was a dog pile there in front of the net, and that thing hit a body and just squeaked wide there. Alex Worthington didn't see that one at all.
Admirals move it in the offensive zone to the near side corner. Andre Sutter leaves it for Jack O'Leary to the middle for Will Magnuson, and he either fanned on it or it got deflected just past him, but he couldn't rip the one-timer.
I'll tell you what, we saw just about that spot. That's where Ozzie scored the game-winning goal. That's twice, and Jack O'Leary was the passer on both attempts in this first period. The Admirals have attempted that play, and Idaho's picked it up, so you can tell they've gone to school a little bit. Definitely picking up that late guy, not giving the Admirals that soft area.
Admirals win a battle at the offensive blue line. Caleb Price shot stings a Steelhead in the near side circle. They'll pick up possession as that is Jake Boltman who felt all of that Caleb Price shot right on the ankle bone. Not a lot of padding there if you get it right above the skate boot. There's Christoph Papp to move it up the far side corner boards, holds onto it, cycles back to the far side corner. It's stripped away from him by Aiden Hirschuk, and here comes the Steelheads breakout through center. Admirals almost with too many men on the ice on the quick change from Brody Crane, who had to hop back on. Now it's turned over in the high slot. Worthington gets back and makes the left-handed glove snag with 15-14 left in a luckily still scoreless first period.
Yeah, a little discombobulation right there, but good job by Alex Worthington there to get back into the goal cage and makes a nice glove save. We'll take a step back in time here with a Visit Williamsburg replay. Look at that shot block as the Price shot right off that ankle bone, as you said, Nick, stinging Jake Boltman.
You can have all the padding you want on that skate boot, but if it gets you just above the skate boot, just below the shin pad, and if you're hit on the side of the ankle like that, there's no padding there. Steelheads work it around the offensive zone. A shot from the slot gets fought off by Worthington. Rebound to the far corner, cycles up the near side half wall. Steelheads try to send it back below the goal line, intercepted by Brody Crane. He'll send it off the body of Christoph Papp, who chases it all the way down to Steelhead territory, and it's into the glove hand of Cross, who plays it for a long whistle from the referee, who allows play to continue with 5 minutes gone in the opening period.
The Admirals definitely going to want to go to school on that D-zone faceoff. That was a blown coverage right there. It was a great scoring opportunity for Punnett walking down. Uncontested, a little switch off from Idaho had the Admirals a bit discombobulated there in their defensive zone.
Carson Musser trying to take space over the defensive blue line. Kareem's off the boards, down to Punnett. And he'll move it around the far side for Jeff Baum. All the way down, deflected, so no icing. Musser took his eye off the puck just long enough to lose sight of it, but got back in time. It is a delayed offside tagged up as O'Leary gets back to the neutral zone. all the way back to the Admirals defensive
offside.
end. That was close to
way
being an
offside.
illegal entry with 6 minutes gone in period one. The Steelheads send it back in on a delayed offside. Turned over, far circle. Worthington makes the save, and the rebound from the far corner deflected out.
A big miss hit down there. A Steelhead went flying. He was trying to take the head off of Carson Musser.
This one's deflected on the offensive side of center ice by Idaho, so we continue on as James Hardy moves it from the far half wall to the right wing for Braden Engum jumping up in the play. Engum backhands it intentionally wide, tied up with his opposite number 10, Samuel Jardine, who wanted a piece of Jaden Dureau a couple of moments ago, but as that puck ends up out of play, that'll take us to our first media timeout with 13:27 left in a still scoreless first period as the Admirals host the Idaho Steelheads for Country Night on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
.27 left in a still scoreless first period. Idaho with the early shot advantage, 3-2, approaching the halfway mark of the opening period of play. The faceoff will be in the neutral zone just outside of Idaho's territory, wearing their white jerseys trimmed in black and silver, moving right to left across the ice surface with Ben Cross in the net to our right. Admirals win the neutral zone face-off. Near side, Caleb Price at the red line rims it around the boards. Picked up by Cross in the trapezoid. He'll start it right up for Jardine. Down the left wing wall and thrown down by Silanoff into Admiral territory onside. Steelheads work it back to the top of the zone. Far side wide open into the circle. No shot taken just yet, and it's cleared wide. I don't know if Worthington got a skate blade on that one or not, but the Admirals cleared out of danger 7 minutes into a scoreless first period.
Yeah, that's the second time, Nick. At the time it was Pap, Crane, and Dureau. All three way up high right there, and that was way too easy for a Steelhead to just walk right to Alex Worthington uncontested. Got to communicate better in the defensive zone.
Hershuk to the red line, and an errant back pass from Mitch Wall sends the Steelheads back to their defensive end. They're going to try to catch the Admirals on a line change, 2-on-2 transition. Good defensive stick from Engum, and a good rebound save by Alex Worthington. Gets the puck to the blue line, but not out. Steelheads far circle shot, blocked by Fedoruk. Trying to get to that puck, they can't clear it out. Held in on the far side circle, a bouncer fools Braden Engum, and it goes down to the far corner for Jaden Miller. Off the outside of the net, picked up by Idaho. They'll migrate to the near side as Fedoruk lays a lick on the near side corner boards, giving Engum possession on the left side. And he'll send it with a lob wedge all the way down, and it will turn into a Sheraton Waterside icing call against the Admirals with 11:59 left in period number one. Happy birthday, Jonesy. The big 4-0 today. Happy to have you on the broadcast. Thank you for making me and Benny feel welcome in our first couple of years and a big part of this Admirals franchise. Happy birthday, Jonesy.
Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate that. It's an old Whaler photo. Look at that one in the middle. My mother sent that, I think, to Wes a couple years ago. So that's a throwback classic right there. My parents will actually be here tomorrow, flying in from Michigan around 2 o'clock tomorrow, and we'll be here for the game tomorrow night.
Busy day for you tomorrow. You're running that tri-hockey for free out at Chilled Ponds. We've got Guns and Hoses here, and then the conclusion of this series between Norfolk and Idaho at 7:05. Osmondson will move it to the far corner. Florent on goal, and Cross pounces out to make the save and cover up the rebound as Brandon Osmondson does what he does best, and stirs it up a little bit in front of Ben Cross with 11:33 left in a still scoreless first period. Head coach Jeff Carr taking advantage of being the home team and getting the last change and the players he wants out on the ice for this offensive zone face-off. Nathan Knoll, James Hardy, and Jack O'Leary. Musser migrates down the wall. McDougal's the lone defenseman at the blue line. A set face-off coming up for the Admirals. Knoll wins it. Hardy fires a shot. He fans on it. O'Leary gets it towards the net. There's a Steelhead player without a steal. It's just a head. It's just an Idaho head in the high slot.
Charlie Dodaro trying to defend literally
fish out of
with
water.
Just his right skate right here.
So he'll have an opportunity to get to the...
He's going to hip-hop his way over to the bench over there.
A little two-step heading over to the Steelhead bench.
I tell you what, though, that's impressive balance right there.
Yes.
Now, I mean, most guys crawl to the bench. He actually hopped on one foot and defended. Credit where credit is due on that one. Impressive play by Charlie Dodaro on one skate.
So now a little bit of awareness needs to be had by everybody on the ice. That loose blade is still in the high slot in the Idaho end, but the Steelheads work it around the Admirals' defensive zone with 10:43 left in a scoreless first period. This one pinballs out towards in front of Worthington. Kareem's out to the high slot for a shot that's blocked away by Jaden Dureau. O'Leary chasing it down over the far blue line, picked up behind the net by Christoph Papp. Pops back out in front. Worthington pounces on it with 10:29 left in period one. Chaos here in the middle part of period one.
Yeah, the Admirals were caught kind of in a line change right there. O'Leary hung out on a long shift with Dureau and Papp, and pucks hopping all over the place right there, but a good job by Alex Worthington. Good reverse VH as the goalie's called that positionally, and the puck rolls to him. He's able to ice that one down. The Admirals get themselves some fresh legs on the ice.
We're taking a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay. You see that good footwork from Charlie Dodaro. Once he realized he was without a left skate blade, good edge work, moving side to side with just that right blade, getting off the ice and getting a fresh player out with both sets of steel in their blades. Approaching the halfway point of a scoreless first period. Steelheads come out through the neutral zone 2-on-2. It's dumped in by Holmes to the near side corner. Chased down by Jordan Steinmetz. From the near side circle, picked up by Caleb Price. Getting a little bit of more confidence in his now fourth ECHL game. He'll peel off to the bench for a line change. Musser off the bench sends a shot from the far side. That's Fedoric rather, a 14, not a 4. Into the left-handed catching glove of Ben Cross for media timeout number 2. Still scoreless between the Steelheads and Admirals here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected, the National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. The Home Comfort Hat Trick. For all of your home service needs, you've got a Bud for that.
When it comes to your home, trust matters, and Home Genius Exteriors has you covered. Our experts are ready to tackle any exterior project for your home. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience.
9:47 left in a still scoreless first period. The Admirals need every point they can get to try to get back in the North Division playoff race. Right now, sitting 17 points out of that last playoff spot. That's currently held by the Reading Royals. 9:40 now left in period one. Osmundson ties his man up. Kieker Olsen comes in to support. Magnuson rips one just wide, pops off the end boards for Caleb Price in the near circle, walks out in front, rebound from Florent goes wide. Florent tied up, and Idaho outnumbers in the board battle, but Price holds the blue line, sends it down to the near half wall, and the Steelheads can only send it to the neutral zone. It's geometrically perfect off the far side boards for the Steelheads to come into the offensive zone. Dumped into the near side corner, wide of the net of Worthington, with just about 11 minutes gone in a scoreless first period. Osmondson will work through center ice, dumps it on goal, in and out of the left-handed catching glove of Cross. Backhanded up the near wall. Liam Malmquist through center, and this one, a pop fly to center field handled by Worthington. He wanted to play it, go for a double play, but blown dead with 8:45 left in a scoreless first period.
He'll take that whistle right there. I think it was more of a fake out than anything. Some heavy pressure bearing down on Worthy right there. Ice it down and complete the line change.
Now available inside the Fleet, the official Norfolk Admirals podcast. The debut episode features Admirals defenseman Josh McDougall, offering insight into his season, his path to Norfolk, and stories from inside the locker room. Inside the Fleet will feature exclusive player interviews, behind-the-scenes access, and conversations from around the organization throughout the season. Listen to the first episode now, out on multiple platforms. Steelheads work it around the offensive zone, and a sharp angle shot beats Worthington from along the goal line. 8:37 left in period one. Steelheads strike first.
Yeah, there's two things on that, Nick. Some miscommunication by the Admirals on a defensive zone face-off. That was a set play right there, and the winger flew the zone, but the defenseman passed it up the walls. You'll see right here, that's Connor Fedoruk. He's going for the outlet pass, but you don't see the forward because the forward's to the right. He's long gone, and that's just not a good goal to give up if you're Alex Worthington. That's one you got to stop.
So it's a 1-0 Idaho Steelheads lead with 8.5 left in period one. Norfolk coming right back on the attack. James Hardy with a shot that's blocked away. He gets it back in the far side circle, falls down, getting it into the high slot. Andre Sutter can't pull the trigger, and it's dumped back in to the near side corner. 8:16 left in period one, 1-0 Steelheads lead. Steelheads did not lead at all in the game yesterday. The Admirals held a 1-0 lead, a 2-1 lead, and then a 3-2 lead, as now the Steelheads are guilty of a Sheraton Waterside icing. Andre Sutter not too happy with the physical play on him from Jade Miller as they collide in the neutral zone.
That started below our position as that delayed icing was going on right there. Sutter didn't like something Miller did, gave him a bit of a whack. Miller was going to go for the change, but then on the icing, once the whistle blew, he took a U-turn, and Sutter knew he was coming, and Miller still crying about it over there to the referee.
Well, it's a nice little give and take. We talked about it in the Cox Mobile pregame show. This Idaho team is the most penalized team in the league, so you know they're going to be chippy. You want to walk that fine line of not taking penalties and retaliation on your own, but being willing to stand up for yourself and provide a little bit of pushback.
Yeah, you gotta hold your ground, right? If they're going to do it and they're trying to big dog you, you gotta make sure you bark back at them.
7:48 left in period one. Norfolk trailing 1-0. Thrown off the glass on the far side by Keeker Olsen. Signed his SPC earlier today, along with the ATO signed by his Canisius College teammate, John Pascucci. Both in the lineup for their professional debut tonight. Engum starts it. Crane clears with the backhand to center. All the way back for Tommy Bergsland. Sent back down to Idaho from the Texas Stars. Brody Crane bumps into him as it's a 2-on-2 transition for Idaho into Admiral territory. Pearson shot fought off the shoulder of Worthington. Dureau lost an edge. A turnover gets deflected over the glass and out of play. Dureau went sliding into first base, and we'll see if he heads to the bench for a fresh set of steel from head equipment manager Curtis Mosley.
Take a step back in time here in the Visit Williamsburg replay. And you'll see that quick shot through a moving screen right there from Makari. And a good shoulder save by Worthington.
Dureau is getting a pit stop from Kurt down there, so some fresh cut steel for 17 in blue the next time he comes out onto the ice. Will Magnuson reinserted into the lineup, sends it up the left wing wall for Osmondson to dump it in. Andre Sutter out there with Osmondson and Florent. Florent takes a tumble on the near side corner, poked at by Osmondson, through the trapezoid to the far side. Sutter colliding with Aiden Hershuk. 3-car pile up on the far half wall. Florent comes away with possession for a moment, pops out to Magnuson. A blue line shot careens wide of the near side post with 6.5 left in period one. Puck finds its way to the blue line. Andre Sutter doing a good job of throwing the body here in this first period. Can't earn possession, though. He'll head to the bench for a line change, as well as Magnuson, as Caleb Price sends it up the far side wall for Josh McDougall fresh off the bench. Caleb Price gets it back in the trapezoid. He'll play catch with McDougall. McDougall's backhander too far ahead of Nathan Knoll. It'll be picked up by Connor Punnett. He'll go D to D for Jake Boltman. Intercepted in the middle by McDougall, almost given right back to Boltman, and Punnett clears it to the neutral zone. All the way down to the glove hand of Carson Musser with 5:50 left in period one. Musser taking the space given to him. He'll dump it strategically cross corner to the near side off the glass. It's cleared right back to the blue line, held in by McDougall just enough to stay onside. Reifenberger on the forecheck, O'Leary helping, but it's picked up by Punnett, backhanded up the far wall. Musser steps up at the blue line, holds it in, walks down that far wall, gets help from Reifenberger on a 2-on-2 battle. Stolen away by Idaho, and they'll clear it to the neutral zone. A good stick handling move around McDougall, but a better back check from Nathan Knoll. Getting back with a purpose, and here comes O'Leary, sprung by Carson Musser. Dropped for Reifenberger, far side, O'Leary down in the corner. Holds on to it, towards the high slot. Shot right on goal, and it's caught off by Cross as Pescucci sent that one on goal with 5:09 left in period one. That'll take us to media timeout number 3. Admirals still trail by 1 here in the final 5 minutes of period 1 on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
The catastrophic injury team at Cooper Hurley helps people injured in truck, motorcycle, and other serious crashes.
We take on big insurance companies and powerful corporations. If you've been seriously injured, call the experts.
Call Cooper Hurley.
Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality health care and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
Whether you're celebrating a win or bouncing back from a tough game, remember you can always win at Beam Light Sauna. Experience the benefits of infrared saunas and light therapy. Detoxify, recover, and recharge. Visit beamlightsauna.com to book your session today. .509 left in period one. Idaho with the 1-0 lead. Liam Malmquist, 16th of the season. Pearson gets the lone assist on the opening goal of the game. Admirals win an offensive zone faceoff. Pescucci sends it to the corner, trying to get it out to Kieker Olsen. Too far away from him, and a good step up at the blue line from Braden Engum. Gives it to Kieker Olsen. His shot goes just wide. Florent can't backhand it on goal from the end boards. Pescucci walks, fires over the crossbar, and the rebound goes all the way down.
That was a dart there from Pescucci. That did not miss by much, and for the defenseman, did not have a goal in his collegiate career. I believe they were all assists. That would have been the unsung bingo card pick there to score a goal.
Brady Florent tied up, trying to get to that puck at the blue line. Idaho has a 3-on-2 on the transition to the high slot, now near circle. Too many passes for Idaho. They can't pull the trigger. Off the body of Caleb Price. Still looking for his first ECHL point, and that's just his 4th professional game. Excuse me. Yes, his 4th professional game. Numbers are hard sometimes. 16 minutes gone in period one. There's Brody Crane. Goals in back-to-back games. For Christoph Papp. Cut off on the near side glass by Jardine. And Idaho works it up the near side wall. Brody Crane sends it right back where it came from. Papp kicks it. Dureau walks to the near side corner, holds possession to the blue line. McDougall looking for any option in a blue jersey. He finds it in Dureau in the near corner. crisscrossing with Crane. Cycles back into the trapezoid for Papp. Knocked away from him by Jardine. He'll send it off the far glass and down. Does this have legs for an icing call? Yes, it does.
Sort of a liberal call right there, but we'll take it.
3:28 left in period one. 1-0 lead for Idaho. Our family 4-pack deal is available all season long. Buy 4 or more tickets through this offer in your preferred seating section and get discount pricing based on the day of the game. Visit our website for more information and to get your family 4-pack today. Admirals will have an offensive zone face-off following the Sheraton Waterside icing against Idaho. With 3.5 left in period one, Norfolk trails 1-0. Near circle face-off, Andre Sutter out with Durow and Crane. Idaho wins the defensive zone face-off. They'll send it off the stick of Durow, who may have gotten either a stick or a puck in the face or the visor. Gets readjusted and gets on the back check as Idaho works to Admiral territory. Rimmed up the near side wall, intercepted by Brody Crane. He'll send it into the neutral zone for Sutter. Backhanded towards Holmes at the Idaho blue line. Holmes gets it back, cut off by Crane, and possession picked up by Musser. Jaden Durow can't gain entry as Sutter gets tied up on the back check. As we continue on with 2:52 left in period one.
They got hog-tied on that one, no call.
Idaho works it again to the far side. Knoll cuts his man out of the play. Cleared down by Idaho, so there's no icing. Craws out of his net, plays it up to the far corner boards. Good forecheck from Nathan Knoll. Admirals can't earn possession as James Hardy was in on the forecheck, laying a heavy hit, and it's going to be offside as Knoll touches up in an offside position over the blue line with 2:29 left in period one. Shots 8-7 in favor of Idaho, who have the 1-0 lead as well.
It's a positive sign, though, for this team, Nick. The compete level, the odds are still skating. They're being physical. They're not allowing Idaho to set the tone physically, which we saw the same thing out of this Admirals team on Wednesday night. So positive that's carried over to start here on a Friday.
Inside of 2.5 left in period one. Norfolk trails 1-0. Engum trying to settle a bouncer back in his defensive end for Connor Fedoruk. Through the backhand of Engum in his own slot. Retreats back towards his far side corner boards. Safe play to just send it off the glass and down. It's not going to go for an icing call, but it yields possession to the Steelheads. Hershuk up the near side wall, chipped in by Silanoff. Worthington out of his net, plays it up the far wall and out to the neutral zone. Fresh off the bench is Charlie Dodero, getting a fresh set of steel in that skate. Idaho wants a too many men on the ice call that they're not going to get. Admirals with a clean line change, but it's dumped into Admiral territory with 1:40 left in period one. Magnuson takes a hit, giving it up to Caleb Price. Up the far wall, chipped in by Osmondson. Punnett backhands it up the far wall. Dodero looks for an option. Saucers to the near side in the neutral zone. Pearson tries to go through the legs of Magnuson. Nothing going there. Back to the blue line for Punnett. He'll cycle back towards the blue line. Intended for Pearson. Stolen away by Magnuson. Rims it around the far side wall. Florent's going to have to get to it in the far half wall. Tried to give it back to Price, and it comes to Magnuson, who finds an outlet in the neutral zone for Kieker Olsen. Kieker Olsen leaves it for Florent with 1 minute left in period one. Florent dispossessed in the near side corner and then cross-checked for his troubles as Caleb Pearson works through the neutral zone on the transition. Far circle shot off the right, kick save of Worthington. Osmondson with a chance to clear. Trying to go off a skate to the neutral zone, intercepted by Idaho. There's a loose stick that belongs to Kieker Olsen in the corner. He gets it back as Idaho works it to the blue line. A shot gets blocked away. Florent lost sight of it. Steelhead shot off the post. Rebound far side circle. It went past Worthington, but not in the iron. And it's picked off by Florent in the low slot. Clears it to the blue line. Not out with 20 seconds left in the period.
You got time. That's got to be out, Nick.
Far circle. Shot saved by Worthington. This one cleared off the glass and out. Osmondson wants the last second pass. Kieker Olsen gives it to him over the blue line with 8 seconds left. Osmondson shot off the shoulder of Cross. Rebound cleared by Idaho to the neutral zone. Bouncer rolls into the Admirals' defensive end as time expires. 1-0 lead for the Steelheads after 20 minutes of play. When we come back, we'll bring you the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric First Intermission Show here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no brake to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia Beach, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admiral Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
And we welcome you back inside Scope Arena as the Admirals currently trail the Idaho Steelheads by a score of 1-0 here for Country Night. I believe we're going to have a bit of a stable race here at Scope Arena.
Hey, giddy up. Let's watch this thing, Ben. Let's see how this goes.
And for those wondering, yes, that's the same blue hat that producer Benjamin Draper is wearing, just without the pony between the legs. There's an early lead out to the neutral zone from the lady.
We can get him a pony up here if he wants one.
All of this happening for the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show. I have no idea what's going on in this relay race, but she's got a bit of a lead, walking right into the empty net. Walks it all the way in, misses! Oh no!
The accuracy wasn't good. The patience was great though. I like the patience. Oh! That's why
some boos in the crowd.
Miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, there you go.
And we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth for the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show. Idaho with the 1-0 lead, Brad. Again, happy birthday, Brad. Big 4-0. Talk about that first period. It was another good period from the Admirals. Just one save that they couldn't get, and it's a 1-0 lead for Idaho.
Yeah, I mean, shots 9-9 each side. Again, the team had energy like we saw on Wednesday. The guys are moving their feet. That's all positives. I thought Crawls looked a little shaky on a couple of those early rebounds. Some good looks, a couple good defensive plays by Idaho, too. Two of them we talked about on those O'Leary low-to-high passes that they got a stick on and were able to break up a little bit there. But really, if you look at the defensive side of the puck, I think there was really two things that stood out, but both are communication related. One was that defensive zone face-off where I think it was punted, the defenseman walked in all alone, and then we had another one of those on the switch-off where the Pap, Dero, O'Leary, Pap, Dero, and Crane all got stuck up high, and the Idaho forward walked in uncontested. But outside of that, it was a fairly even period. Alex Worthington's got to make that save. There's no other way around that one. That can't go in right there. It's kind of a backbreaker goal when the guys are competing. Those are the ones that have kind of been his bugaboo throughout the season there. You know, no one knows it more than him, and he's going to want to clean that up because it can be a deflator for a team.
I mean, you talked about it. This is an Admiral team that continues to have that pushback and that bite in their game against the Steelhead team that you know is going to come out with a little bit of chippy edge as the most penalized team in the league.
Yeah, and I think I like the fact that the Admirals are being the aggressor on a lot of these. I mean, there's some hits, physical side too from Idaho, but the Admirals aren't just kind of taking it one-sided. They're throwing their weight around. They're not backing down, which you want to see. If they're gonna, like I said, they're gonna bark at you, you gotta bite back at them as well too. You can't just sit there and get physically dominated in a game. So it's good to see that physical edge to the game for the Admirals here as well.
1-0 lead for the Steelheads. We'll be back with more of the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric First Intermission show here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear, we made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down, we go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward, that spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
We welcome you back inside Scope Arena for more of the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric First Intermission Show as the Admirals trail the Idaho Steelheads by a score of 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. Well, before Chase Yoder got the call up to the AHL's Manitoba Moose, producer Benjamin Draper spent some time with him during an Admirals practice and got some mic'd up footage from Chase Yoder. Take a listen.
Seven's Mike today, and I'm going to be sniping you all day. What's that? On goals? I mean, I'm not going to get any flow drills today to snipe you. Or rush. I'm not going to get any rush goals. Shootouts, that'll be good. All right, hopefully I don't say anything stupid today, but try my best. Hopefully you cut it out. You ruined her freaking... I said 8. What? How many tickles does it take for an octopus to laugh? 10 tickles, yep. Well, I just said 8. Because you know they have 8 tentacles. I got the mic on and the camera on me, which means I have to actually be good at my job today. I have to be good at my job. My 30-minute day job I actually got to be good at today.
Dial in for 30.
Same thing. Oh!
Where do you guys want to stand to start?
I mean, you want to start 1-3-1, and then we can roll into.
Rotate into a box, like you said. You can drop off. I kind of want you loose, Pepper.
Huh?
I want you more loose.
Yeah.
Like not net.
No, we're just gonna do 1-3-1. So you're bumper, and then if we roll into
Just for throw out. We're gonna go box to one.
might have been offside there. Oh, swing and a miss.
We'll go down here.
Oh, B-way. You got it. Ah! Nice. Ah. What a snap. Heads. Oh. While we have a second, please check out 1140 Golf. It's Doug McDougall's golf page. 4011 Golf. Really good YouTube golf content. Can watch Josh McDougall hack it around. We watched some of game film last night, eh?
Good clean fun.
Good clean fun, that's true. Suspect audio, but they try their best.
We'd love to have this type of audio on.
Big thanks to Chase Yoder for wearing the mic for us during the practice the other week, and congratulations on the call-up to the Admirals AHL affiliate Manitoba Moose. This has been the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric First Intermission Show. When we come back to the Centerra Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network, we'll bring you Period 2 as the Admirals look to pull even as they trail 1-0 against the Idaho Steelheads here on Country Night.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
Ready to start period number 2 as the Admirals trail the Steelheads by a score of 1-0. Admirals in blue, trimmed in gold and white, move right to left for period 2. Idaho wins opening possession wearing white, trimmed in black and silver. Worthington in the net to our right watches Braden Engum cycle back towards the goal line and has Magnuson as a passing option. Gives it back to Engum, who will take space through the neutral zone, pokes it along, and over the blue line the Admirals come. Glove down in the high slot. Osmondson trying to get a handle on it. Cleared off the far side glass, and the Steelheads clear to center ice. They'll skate it through the legs of Magnuson, but it gets kicked onto the stick of Braden Engum. Straight up the near side for Osmondson. Osmondson through the crease, and it careens off the far side half wall for Steelhead possession through neutral ice. They'll gain entry and fan on the shot past Carson Musser. Engum ties his man up on the near side corner boards. And Keeker Olsen takes a bump, moving it up the wall for Osmondson, who sends it in from the red line for no icing. Steelheads looking for a breakout as the Admirals complete a line change. Good body from Christoph Papp, and Jaden Dureau earned possession for the Admirals for a moment. Papp with a reverse hit, but the Steelheads come on a 3-on-2. Shot deflected off the pad of Worthington, and McDougal sends the puck up the near side boards. Handled, though, by Idaho. McDougal picked off by the referee, and Worthington moves laterally and keeps the pads flush along the ice to steer that one away to the far side half wall for Christoph Papp now. Musser joins the play to make it a partial 3-on-2. McDougal and Crane back defensively holding as Musser's in front of the net. Now Crane steps up at the blue line, gives it to Christoph Papp, who rims it around the boards. Cross plays it. Almost came right out in front of an open net, and Pearson looks for a passing lane through the middle. Pelton Bice rims it around the boards. Worthington stops it, plays it to the far corner. And dumped up the far wall off the backside of Brody Crane and deflected off the skates of Jaden Dureau into the corner. Big collision as Pescucci gets run into the glass as Caleb Price looks for an option off the far side glass. Bounces onto the stick of Papp. He'll gain entry. Near circle, Dureau. Shot off the right pad on a deflection as well. And Crane rims it around the boards. Papp, miscommunication with he and Pescucci. I think Papp wanted Pescucci to play that so Papp could get to the bench. Either way, it was cleared on goal, and back through the neutral zone come the Steelheads with 17.5 left in period 2. Still a 1-0 lead for Idaho. Back to the near blue line through Reifenberger, and Holmes dumps it below the goal line. Reifenberger lays a bump, getting it back to Price. Price harassed by a pair of white jerseys in the far corner. Knoll comes in to help out. Pescucci is there, knocks his man down to the ice in the near corner. More pushing and shoving as Holmes ties up Knoll in the corner. They'll skate back towards Idaho territory as the puck finds its way to the near corner. Reifenberger with a hard hit on the forecheck. Gets help from Jack O'Leary to hold possession up the wall.
That's what we mean right there, that establish a physical presence. Don't sit back and get pushed around. I like the physical play of this Admirals team here tonight, Nick.
Norfolk will be guilty of a Sheraton Waterside icing with 16:38 left in period 2. Still a 1-0 lead for Idaho. Hey, hockey fans, take the action from the rink to Just Birdies, Norfolk's multi-sport simulator bar and grill. Shoot, swing, and score in over a dozen sports, or chill with craft drinks and great eats. It's the perfect play after the game. Just Birdies, where every night's game night. Still at the start of period 2, Norfolk trailing 1-0. They'll win a defensive zone face-off. O'Leary's going to try to use his speed 1-on-3. Lost the handle as he tried to come over the blue line. Reifenberger lays a hit in front of the Admirals bench as O'Leary lays a cross check going off for a line change as well. You mentioned it, Brad, this Admirals team not backing down without a fight. They'll earn possession as Hardy walks in. That one got just enough of the paraphernalia of Cross, and it went just wide.
Yeah, physical presence, and I'll tell you, referee Chaz Nochi letting the boys play here, both games so far here this weekend.
Well, the game on Wednesday didn't get out of hand from the chippiness, so that's where it's beneficial having the same, at least orange band referee who has a good temperature of the game, knowing that these two teams will be chippy with one another, but so far the temperature of the game is right up at that line. Idaho walks right in over the glove of Worthington for a 2-0 lead. I believe that's Jaden Miller.
Yeah, I mean, that all starts a turnover from Brady Florent. The Admirals were changing. Florent had full possession. You can tell he's mad at himself going to the bench, and instead of putting the puck in deep, he just kind of lobbed one across the blue line. It was picked off, and his defenders were both going for a change. Quick up right there from the Steelheads. We talked about keeping 5 in front right there, but you can't turn it over mid-line change.
15:41 left in period 2.
Assists for number 20, Nick Ports, and number 10, Samuel Jardine, at 4:19 of the second period. Miller from Ports and Jardine at 4:19 of the second period.
15:19 left in period 2. 2-0 for Idaho. Christoph Papp starts the breakout. Musser moves it through center. Brody Crane, his shot off a shin pad. And out it comes to the neutral zone. Crane dumps it to an open area. Dureau tries to cut to the net. He was tied up just enough. And it comes back to the neutral zone for Pearson to dump into Will Magnuson's corner. 14.5 left in period 2. It's now a 2-0 deficit. The puck stays in play up the far wall. Magnuson finds Kieker Olsen, who's tripped up. It's going to be a first New Horizon Bank power play of the night with 14:29 left in period 2. And this is where the Admirals need to take advantage of their opportunities and get back in the game before it gets too far out of hand.
Yeah, it took to the third period on Wednesday for the Admirals to get their first power play. They'll get it 4.5 minutes here into period number 2 here tonight, and a big chance for them to get a goal here, go a long way to try to cut this lead down to a 1-goal deficit, get back in this game.
It's an Admiral power play that's clicking at 18.2% successful right now against a penalty kill of 79.2% for Idaho. On the road, Idaho's penalty kill 76.9, and here at home, the Admirals almost at 21%. And for the Admirals, keep an eye on number 94 on the power play. Brady Florent has a team leading 6 power play goals on the season. Jaden Dureau with a team leading 7 assists. The Admirals will have an offensive zone faceoff. They win it to Jaden Dureau at the blue line, and McDougall walks the blue line to the middle. Near side circle, Papp looks for an option, took too long, and the puck finds its way onto Steelhead possession. McDougall able to clear that puck to the far side corner as Jade Miller, who has the Steelheads up 2-0, will head to the bench for a line change, killing some time as Dureau cuts through the neutral zone. Comes over the blue line, still holding on to it to the far circle. Rims it around the near side half wall for Christoph Papp. He'll walk towards the goal line, looking for any option. Florent tries to get it. McDougall does hold the line. Dureau walks from the far circle. Save made, rebound cleared.
Good job by the Steelheads there. There was a big, juicy rebound off the pad of Crawls, and a couple Admirals were collapsing in on that puck, and they're able to get to it just in front of Norfolk.
Holmes stops up in the near side corner in the Admirals defensive zone. Doing a good job of killing time on the first power play for either team in this game. Caleb Price out with Brody Crane, Jack O'Leary, Marco Reifenberger, and James Hardy. Price finds Reifenberger moving down the far wall. Reifenberger shrugs 2 men off the puck, but it's finally knocked out to the neutral zone. Good back check from Brody Crane and Jack O'Leary to hold possession with 35 seconds left on the New Horizon Bank power play. Pearson in the beat box, penalty box for tripping. Just about a minute and a half ago as Caleb Price has to go back to Admiral territory. Price for O'Leary, back to Price. Dumps it at the blue line for James Hardy. Back to the near side boards for O'Leary. Backhands one into the glove of Cross. Reifenberger not liking the hit laid on Jack O'Leary, and he'll defend his teammate in the far corner. Reifenberger throwing punches in the far side corner. Here we go. And we got another one in the high slot. We got another line brawl.
Crane's going. Oh, he doesn't want to go. But
Samuel Jardine tied up with Brody Crane. Marco Reifenberger wants to get back in there, but James Hardy has a steelhead on the far side. This is becoming a common occurrence for the Admirals now stepping up for their teammates.
Jardine just started throwing on Brody Crane. He didn't even take his gloves off there. Crane shouldn't get a penalty, but we'll see what comes out of all this. Jardine definitely the extra.
12:40 left in period 2. The Admirals need a spark. Marco Reifenberger obliges, and the rest of the Admirals on the ice follow suit as Jack O'Leary was dumped into the end boards towards the end of the power play. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay. There's the cross check on Jack O'Leary as Jake Boltman sent O'Leary to the end wall in a dangerous position. Good on Marco Reifenberger stepping up for the second straight game on that far side corner. Jake Boltman may have gotten the better of Reifenberger, but he gets right back up, and then Crane and Hardy follow suit as Jardine I believe that's Caleb Price he had first, and then Crane comes in to help out the rookie. And then Jardine drops the glove and elbow pad. I don't even think Crane has dropped his glove at this point in the
Crane wanted
replay.
nothing to do with it there, but again, it's a team toughness we're talking about, Nick, right there. It's a hit on O'Leary. It's a dangerous hit. It's a good job by Marco Reifenberger to get in there and stand up for his teammates, regardless of who wins and loses the fights there after that. It's showing that you're going to stand up for each other.
Well, if you like what you see, check out the upcoming home games tomorrow. It's Guns and Hoses against this same Idaho Steelheads team, and then some Friday night hockey in a couple of weeks against the newest North Division rival, the the Greensboro Gargoyles, and then the following night on March 21st, Admirals Con against the Gargoyles.
There might be some of those scraps in the Guns and Hoses game. You never know.
Yes.
They can get out of hand. I don't even understand why Brody Crane's in the penalty box right now. He didn't do anything. Crane's in there, but not Hardy. If anything, Hardy had his gloves off. It was more engaged than Crane, but there's an extra 2 on the board right now to Brody Crane, which I do not understand.
And the puck has made its way down to the Admirals' defensive zone, which tells me that the Admirals are going to be the only team that's, quote, shorthanded, but there's still 12 seconds left in the original tripping penalty to Pearson. So we'll go 4-on-4 and try to sort all of this out.
Yeah, Jeff Carr's not going to be happy with that. I mean, it all starts with the dangerous hit on O'Leary. You see Musser's talking to the referee right now. Got his hand going like, you got to be kidding me. So you get Reifenberger should wash out with Boltman. And then Jardine threw punches at both Hardy and Brody Crane. I do not understand this one, Nick, but you're definitely right with the extra 2 on the board. It's going to be the extra to Norfolk.
All of this with 12:40 left in period number 2.
So Reifenberger got roughing with Boltman. Jardine got roughing. And Crane got a double minor for roughing.
A player who didn't drop his gloves.
Oh, man.
That's interesting to me.
That's terrible. First, the man that threw punches at 2 different Admirals.
So it will be 4-on-4 for 12 seconds, and then the Admirals will have their first Centera Therapy Center penalty kill of the night.
Now there's going to be an Admiral heading over. It's like Andre Sutter, I believe, to serve the extra 2 to Brody Crane.
Admirals have a defensive zone faceoff controlled by Idaho. They'll send it to the far side corner boards.
Penalty box for the Steelheads, number 10, Samuel Jardine, and number 44, Jake Boltman. 2 minutes each for roughing. For the Admirals, number 16, Marco Reifenberger, 2 minutes for roughing, and number 6, Brody Crane, 4 minutes for roughing. All at 7:20 of the second period. Serving the extra minor for the Admirals, number 22, Josh McDougall. Your Admirals are on the Centera Therapy Center's penalty kill.
No, Mr. Bryan, number 22 is not Josh McDougall. That would be Andre Sutter. I'll tell him about that later.
Like, if they would have given an extra slash to Reifenberger, but what is Brody Crane? I don't even think he deserved a 2-minute roughing penalty on that one.
Well, either way, the Admirals have their first Centera Therapy Center penalty kill of the night. Osmundson's going to send it down the length of the ice and chase it, trying to kill time. Cross comes out of his net, and the Steelheads will slow play down with 1:20 left in their first power play of the night. Steelheads gain entry, deflected out by Nathan Knoll, and he'll chase Pearson all the way down to the Steelhead defensive zone. Pearson back over the blue line, shrugged off by McDougall, and O'Leary will chase the clearance all the way to Steelhead territory in the trapezoid. So good to see O'Leary not get injured on that dangerous hit that led to all of that one, didn't get penalized, and two, didn't give the Admirals a power play. Musser has it roll through his legs, and the rebound cleared out to the far side blue line, held in by Idaho. Rimmed around to the near side corner, almost stolen away by Musser. Now it's stolen by Pat, who will gain entry through the neutral zone. The Admirals have a shorthanded 3-on-2. Drop to Musser, spinorama backhander to the far side circle for Pap, and he makes the safe play just to clear it down to the corner with 20 seconds left in the Centera Therapy Center penalty kill. Steelheads regain entry to Admiral territory. Caleb Price knocks his man off the puck but doesn't earn possession. Straight up to the high slot. Shot goes wide. Rebound cleared off the end boards by Price to the near side. O'Leary can't get it out of the zone. Back up to the blue line, one-timer. Hit a body in front of Holmes. Sutter fresh out of the box, taken down at the red line as it comes to Caleb Price. Jumps up in the play with O'Leary. Falling down, gets the shot deflected wide. Kareems to the far side corner for Price. The defenseman still down low. Engum holds the blue line. Sutter is back holding defensively, and Engum's shot goes off the blocker hand of Cross with 10:15 left in period 2. O'Leary, near side circle for Braden Engum. Cross ice looking for Osmondson. Hits the far side boards and cleared all the way down. Not going to be an icing call. Silanoff gets to it. Stood up by Andre Sutter, who can't earn possession, but he lays a good hit. Now Musser steals it away in the corner, given right back to Idaho. Intercepted in the middle. Good save by Worthington on the turnover in the low slot. Past the halfway point of period number 2. Still a 2-0 lead for Idaho. They'll work it from the near side circle. Engum keeps his man to the perimeter, and it's cleared all the way down past Dodero.
Get 3 fresh legs on the ice for the Admirals. Long shift. Musser needs off. There's one other Admiral that's been hung out there as well.
Slap shot got the blocker hand of Worthington. Rebound all the way down. Jaden Dureau gets to that puck in front of the Admirals bench, but it's knocked away from him just far enough for Steelhead possession, and it's cleared up through the neutral zone. Now chased down into the Admiral zone. Fought off by Worthington was that quick shot right in between the hash marks. Back and forth. Fire wagon action here as Pap comes down the near circle, fakes the shot, wrap around through the crease, and the rebound comes back out to the neutral zone. Glove down by the Admirals' defense. Pescucci lost the handle, and it goes wide of Worthington and out towards center. 8:44 left in period 2. More collisions in front of the Idaho bench. Pescucci trying to find Pap on the breakout. Cleared to the trapezoid. Magnuson with 8.5. Patient to find Hardy. Hardy over the red line, dumps it in, no icing. Admirals get a wholesale line change. 8:15 left in period 2. Admirals getting some momentum off the kill, but they're still trailing 2-0. Price wins the physical battle with help from Josh McDougall, finding Brandon Osmondson and Kieker Olsen through the neutral zone. Not forcing the pass in the middle, drops it back, but it's stolen away as Osmondson wanted the back pass, and Idaho slows it down to their defensive end. All the way down, icing called against Idaho. It's a Sheraton Waterside icing. They're not happy about it. They think Caleb Price was close enough to that play to play it. We'll get the
combatants.
We'll get Brody Crane and Jake Boltman out of the penalty boxes, as well as Jardine and Reifenberger. And because of the Sheraton Waterside icing, there is no line change permitted for Idaho, so we will not go to our second media timeout of period number 2. I felt the air quotes of combatants come out of you.
The guilty parties.
Alleged. Face-off win by the Admirals. McDougall walks the line, sends one towards the front that's blocked away. Caleb Price, good stick handling to find Brady Florent in the corner, but it's intercepted at the last moment by Dodero. Now towards the front, stuff attempt by Osmondson, and a bouncer goes off into the corner over the stick of Florent with 7.5 left in period 2. Still a 2-0 Idaho Steelhead lead. Florent over the net trying to find a play to the blue line for McDougall. He'll send it towards the front. That goes wide. No deflection was to be had. Nathan Knoll in the corner, walks through the trapezoid, finds Osmondson. Osmondson walks from the corner, far circle. McDougal has it bounce over his stick. Now back to Osmondson in the circle. Has McDougal opened up, but it comes near side. Caleb Price trying to look for his first professional point. And he'll take some extra pushing and shoving behind the net of Craws, who fought that one off and covered it up. With 6:59 left in period 2. Now we'll take our second media timeout as the Admirals continue to trail the Steelheads 2-0 here on the Centerra Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay as Caleb Price sent a backhander off the right pad of Craws, and he's able to get to that puck just outside of his crease. And I didn't even see Hershuk go into the beatbox penalty box. It's going to be an Admirals power play after all that.
I don't know what he did. Let's see what they called. Holding the stick.
Sir, yes, sir. So the Admirals on their second New Horizon Bank power play of the night. Jaden DeRoe sends it towards the front. Loose scramble in the blue paint, and it's cleared all the way down.
Holding the stick at 13:01 of the second period. Hershuk, 2 minutes for holding the stick at 13:01 of the second period. Your Admirals are on the New Horizon Bank power play.
Idaho forces Norfolk back to the neutral zone, and it's eventually picked up by the Steelheads at center and dumped in for Worthington to play in the trapezoid.
The entries right now for the Admirals, Idaho putting 3 across the blue line, and the Admirals got to look to kind of chip it to speed. They got 2 forwards standing still in the neutral zone, and then 1 guy trying to kind of complete the entry.
DeRoe with some nifty stick handling, filters it towards the front of the net, but it will roll into the left-handed catching glove of Craws with 6:11 left in period number 2. We've dropped brand new Admirals merch, including t-shirts, hoodies, jerseys, and hats. Visit our merch stand outside Gate 14 during games or visit our website to shop our online store today and get geared up for the season. You can scan the QR code on your Flow Hockey screen as well. Steelheads win their defensive zone face-off. Glove down by O'Leary at the blue line with just about a minute left in the New Horizon Bank power play. Hardy can't pull the trigger in the near circle. Filters it to the blue line for Caleb Price. He'll send one on goal. Deflected by Reifenberger, and Craws may have gotten a paddle on it. Backhander gets sent all the way down by Idaho.
There's an injured Steelhead neck down to the left corner, and they're going to go after Jack O'Leary, possibly Boltman.
So we continue on as O'Leary has it in the far circle. Walks in towards the front. Reifenberger can't deflect it. And O'Leary's going to take cross checks in front.
That's Pelton Bice that went off very slow.
Admiral score! A power play one-timer. Gets the Admirals on the board with 5.5 left in period 2.
And a very unhappy Idaho bench, but a jacked up crowd here in Norfolk Scope. 5-game point streak, 3-game goal streak for Brody Crane as we take a step back in time. As he takes this cross-seam pass from James Hardy, snaps that one home. Great screen in front from Marco Reifenberger. I don't know if Reifenberger tipped that or not. I think that went straight through. But it doesn't matter who. The Admirals will take a big power play goal to get on the board here to cut the lead down to 2-1.
Well, you're taught from a young age as a young player, play to the whistle. The Admirals did just that. Idaho's not happy, but Norfolk will take their first goal of the game on a new Horizon Bank power play. You mentioned it, Brad. Goals in 3 straight games for Brody Crane.
Goals, power play goal, scoring his 8th of the season, number 6,
Oh,
Brody
yeah, that's a power.
Crane.
Here we go, Nick. Oh, we might get something going.
Nathan Knoll was cross-checked. Andre Sutter laid a little bit of a lick.
First professional point, Nick, for Caleb Price. Gets the secondary assist there.
And he's earned it. He has looked excellent in his first 4 professional games. We'll take our third and final media timeout. 5:16 left in period number 2. This Scope crowd's fired up as the Admirals will head to another new Horizon Bank power play when we come back.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
Born Primitive is athlete-driven and Patriot-inspired, creating high-performance fitness apparel built for strength, style, and durability. Check out their full collection at bornprimitive.com and elevate your workouts today. Grant Silanoff taken to the Idaho beat box penalty box. A cross-checking penalty at 14:46 of this second period gives the Admirals another new Horizon Bank power play. Trailing 2-1. Brody Crane's third straight game with a goal has pulled the Admirals within 1 on the power play. McDougall forced back out to center.
For the Steelheads, number 89, Grant Silanoff. 2 minutes for cross-checking at 14:44 of the second period. Silanoff, 2 minutes for cross-checking at 14:44 of the second period. Your Admirals on the new Horizon Bank power play.
Less than 5 to go in period 2. Idaho sends Norfolk back down to their defensive end. Steelheads make a wholesale 4-player penalty kill line change as McDougall works through the neutral zone. Drop pass finds a stick of Jaden Durow. He'll walk towards the front. Shot on goal, fought off by Cross, and he'll cover it up with 4.5 left in period 2. $1:16 left in the new Horizon Bank power play.
Yeah, right there, good drop back pass, and kind of caught Idaho off surprise. Easy pass lane right there opened up as, what was that, 32? Robbie Holmes just kind of stood there like a traffic cone, and Jaden Durow just drives right past him and forces Cross to make a good save.
Face off to be taken on the far side circle in Idaho territory. This one cleared all the way down by the Steelheads. Take the clock down to 1:08 left in the new Horizon Bank power play. McDougall for Durow. Over the blue line comes Jaden Durow. He lost the handle, and the clearance goes off the body of McDougall to center for Christoph Papp. Papp will give it up to McDougall. Back onto the stick of Jaden Durow. Leaves it for Keeker Olsen. Durow, cross ice, trying to find Florent, and it's cleared out by Idaho all the way down. 3:50 left in period 2, 35 seconds left on the new Horizon Bank power play. This is the unit that scored just a few moments ago. Caleb Price, his first professional point. Looking for a drop pass, he gives it up the wall for Reifenberger. Price cut down, The Admirals aren't going to get fortunate enough to get another power play. Crane holds the line. O'Leary walks in. Save made by Cross. Reifenberger doing a good job of clearing bodies in front of the net.
Oh, man, he just took a cross-check. The defender broke his stick, and I know he's holding Reifenberger's stick.
Jardine.
Holy Jardine. He literally broke his stick, cross-checking Reifenberger's, call it kidneys, goes uncalled, and then just grabbed and held Reifenberger's stick, goes uncalled. Should be a 5-on-3 for Norfolk, and it's not going to be.
Neither player heading to the beat box penalty box with 3:22 left in period 2. Silanoff is still in the beat box penalty box.
Let's see if we can see that on the top right of your screen. Watch right. Boom. Jardine was delivering that cross check, broken in half. Look, and now he's got Reifenberger's stick in his hand. 2 penalties. Reifenberger, though, we've seen it since that early fight he had on Wednesday night. He is physically and verbally engaged in these games this weekend, stirring it up. He is under the skin. There was Punnett on Wednesday, and it's Jardine here tonight.
2 altercations for Reifenberger in 2 games. A fight in neither of them. It wasn't labeled a 5-minute for fighting in either of those instances. So, again, still no tally on the fighting board for 16 in blue. 3:03 left in period 2. We're back to 5-on-5, full and even strength. Silanoff is out of the beat box penalty box. He has the puck in the far side corner. It'll be picked up by Jaden Miller. And now onto the stick of Will Magnuson, who finds Caleb Price. Saucer pass onto the forehand of Reifenberger, knocked away from him. And it's cleared back in by Magnuson on the delayed offside. So a power play goal, Crane's 8th of the season from Hardy and Price. Idaho comes in offside with 2:35 left in period 2. That'll take us to our third and final media timeout of period number 2. Norfolk gets on the board. They still trail by 1 with inside of 3 minutes to go here in the second period.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward. That spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
.235 left in period 2. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay, or we did rather, before we came back from our commercial break. Admirals trail 2-1. The power play goal has cut the lead in half. Still down by 1. Magnuson drops it back for Engum, trying to work through the neutral zone. Engum takes the space given to him down the left wall. Knocked away from him in the corner. Stolen away by Osmundson. Florent tries to cut to the net. As the puck migrates around the far side corner boards, Andre Sutter pinching into the play. Finds Florent in the corner, flutters it to the middle. Osmundson cut down trying to get to that puck before it was covered up by Ben Cross with 2:10 left in period 2.
Yeah, and it's a good sign for this Admirals team. Here, we're going to see the high up angle of this Jardine cross check coming up here, right here.
Bang.
Boom, and then just grabs his stick. How that goes, both go uncalled. Still beyond me, but now what I was saying is just good signs for this Admirals team. The consistency on the weekend. It's the 5th period in a row where the compete level of this group has been extremely high. They are coming at Idaho in waves and making them uncomfortable.
Nathan Knoll, Musser fires a shot off the glove hand of Cross into the netting and out of play. with 1:59 left in period 2, and it's starting to show on the shot counter too, Brad. 22-14 is the shot lead for the Admirals.
Yeah, 13-5 in the Admirals' favor in this period. Obviously, the 2 power plays help that, but it's all on effort. Mostly being created right now is on effort plays for this Admirals team.
And you'll give credit to Ben Cross. Made a couple of good saves as Musser holds the blue line. He'll walk down the near side wall. Lost the handle, finds Nathan Knoll, who rims it back through the trapezoid to the far side corner. Thrown off the glass, it stays in play. Glove down by Musser in front of the team benches. Pap is there helping out, as well as Nathan Knoll. Admirals outnumber in the board battle, but it comes out for Steelhead possession. Cleared all the way down with too much air under the saucer pass with 1:33 left in period 2 for a Sheraton Waterside icing. Called against Idaho with a $1:33 left in this second period.
Quick change up here in the lines here, so try to get minute 33 left in this period. Catching the Steelheads on an icing, try to win a face-off here in the offensive zone, run a set play, try to get a scoring chance here.
Admirals do win the offensive zone face-off. Caleb Price, a stutter step on the far half wall. He'll move it to Christoph Pap in the corner. 1:23 left in the period. Admirals down 2-1. Pap trying to find Duro. It's knocked out to the neutral zone on a deflection. Price back for Magnuson. Right side, Nathan Knoll over the blue line. Trying to dump it in front to Christoph Pap. Maybe trying to find Jaden Duro on the left wing. Held in by Knoll at the blue line. 1 minute left in period 2. Jaden Duro cut down on a collision as Punnett now slashes the hand out of Jaden Duro. Interference or slashing, take your pick. It goes uncalled both ways. Pearson gets through Brody Crane. Duro ties him up, does not allow an easy shot. Duro is finally going to drop the gloves on the near side. He'll throw punches, gets his Pearson down in a headlock, and Duro gets the takedown as Duro has had enough of the punishment tonight.
And again, that's an Admiral you don't ever see really into the physical stuff, but again, he's standing up for himself. He's had enough of it. He goes to pick up his stick, and you get, Punnett just fires his stick away from him. Should have been called. The Admiral should have already been on the power play. That fight should have never even gotten to that point because it should have been blown dead. And Jaden Duro says enough's enough.
37 seconds left in period 2. This Admirals team has found the bite to their game recently.
And we'll take a step back in time here and show it as you see Pearson driving wide, finishes a hit. Pearson tries to run Duro's head into the glass, and then they're both frustrated with each other at that point. Duro with a little uppercut, doesn't really shed his gloves here. As I said, fighting not in Duro's playbook very often for the skilled forward.
You saw Musser there as well. He was going to try to come in and defend Duro because, like we said, that's not necessarily part of Duro's game, but Duro shrugged him off and said, oh, this is my battle that I've got to fight. Sometimes you've got to clear your own space out there.
Yeah, and that's where, we've seen, even dating back to that win in Greensboro, is all the boys are buzzing here, right? It kind of seems they're a little more connected, a little more, bought in, 1 to 18 in the lineup.
Admirals will have a defensive zone face-off. 37 seconds left in period 2. Glove hand side of Worthington on the near circle.
Steelheads, number 8, Caleb Pearson. For the Admirals, number 17, Jaden Duro. 5 minutes each for fighting at 19:23 of the second period. Steelheads, Pearson. Admirals, Duro. 5 minutes each for fighting at 19:23 of the second period.
So again, I'll be honest, there's confusion on my part. Jaden Duro never dropped the gloves. There was a little bit of a punch thrown, but after the mix-up earlier in this period, not a single fight was handed out, just some minors and double minors for roughing, but that's labeled a fight. Either way, neither team gets a power play out of that, which I think is correct. There was some other stuff beforehand that should have led to an Admirals power play, but there was two willing combatants there at the same time. So out of that specific corner scuffle, I'm fine with 5-on-5 or even strength, however you want. But there were several opportunities for Admiral power plays leading up to that where Jaden Dureau had to stand up for himself.
You're going to get me going, Nick. I think I've made my displeasure known here with some of the non-calls.
Nathan Knoll finishes his hit in front of the Steelhead bench, as that'll be it for the time on the clock in period 2, but we'll see if everybody separates with cooler heads. The Admirals trail the Steelheads 2-1 after 40 minutes of play. When we come back, it'll be the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected, the National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. The home comfort hat trick. For all of your home service needs, you've got a Bud for that.
When it comes to your home, trust matters, and Home Genius Exteriors has you covered. Our experts are ready to tackle any exterior project for your home. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience.
The Catastrophic Injury Team at Cooper Hurley helps people injured in truck, motorcycle, and other serious crashes.
We take on big insurance companies and powerful corporations. If you've been seriously injured, call the experts.
Call Cooper Hurley.
Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality health care and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
We welcome you back inside Scope Arena. Here as Country Night continues as the Admirals trail the Idaho Steelheads by a score of 2-1 after 40 minutes of play. And we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. Nick Gimbel alongside Brad Jones and producer Benjamin Draper off to our right. Here for the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show. This Admirals team has really found the grit and bite to their game, standing up for themselves, standing up for each other on the ice, especially against a chippy and heavily penalized Idaho Steelhead team. They currently trail 2-1, but a much better pushback against this Steelhead team in both of these games now than we saw towards the end of that Gargoyle series last week.
Yeah, I mean, I think in both games so far this weekend, the Admirals are, they're playing a strong team in Idaho. Penalty minutes aside, obviously they're the highest penalized team in the league too, but they're also a very good team, second place in the Mountain Division. And the Admirals are letting the Steelheads know they're not coming to Norfolk without a fight. And I think that's the most important thing we've seen this weekend. To compete up and down the lineup has been fantastic, but they're also kind of playing with that piss and vinegar where they're not going to be pushed around. They're going to initiate. They're going to engage. They're going to stand up for each other, or in the case of Dro, I'm going to stand up for myself, right? So, 15-5 edge in shots in favor of the Admirals that period. The chances were there. Big power play goal from Brody Crane to bring this to a one-goal game. Obviously, it hasn't been great for the Admirals this year when trailing after 40 minutes of play, only those 2 wins, but the 2 wins have been recent. The confidence there, the team's playing well. Let's see if they can add number 3 here tonight.
Brody Crane's 3rd straight game with a goal on the power play. It will be our Scrimp Shack play of the period as Crane pulled the Admirals within 1.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful feed from James Hardy. Getting that puck from Caleb Price hit through that seam, late on coverage there from Idaho, and Brody Crane. Talk about confidence is king for one of the younger forwards on this Admiral team. Goals now in 3 straight games and now a 5-game point streak for Brody Crane.
Well, and it's for Brody Crane. He was also in and out of the lineup not too long ago. This line shuffling with now Chase Yoder being called up, and we mentioned it, Kevin Connolly going overseas. Those extra roster spots opened up, and Brody Crane has really taken advantage of his opportunity.
And that's the name of the game, really, at any level, right? You wait for your opportunity, you got to take advantage of it, whether it's these new kids that are here right now coming out of college trying to make their way, and or Brody Crane obviously came here via trade, getting his chance to play in the top 6 now with some of the injuries and recalls that have happened, and you got to take advantage of it. When you get your opportunities, he's doing just that.
You're watching the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show as the Admirals currently trail the Steelheads by a score of 2-1 after 40 minutes of play. When we come back to the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network, we'll let you listen in to part 2 for Mic'd Up with Chase Yoder.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected, the National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. The Home Comfort Hat Trick. For all of your home service needs, you've got a book for that.
When it comes to your home, trust matters, and Home Genius Exteriors has you covered. Our experts are ready to tackle any exterior project for your home. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience.
The catastrophic injury team at Cooper Hurley helps people injured in truck, motorcycle, and other serious crashes.
We take on big insurance companies and powerful corporations. If you've been seriously injured, call the experts.
Call Cooper Hurley.
Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality health care and exceptional health plans. All for the patients members, and communities we serve. Centera, improving health every day.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no brake to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia Beach, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admiral Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In lawn business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
And we welcome you back inside Scope Arena as the Admirals trail the Steelheads after 40 minutes of play by a score of 2-1 here on the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Second intermission show. We'll take you now to part 2 with Chase Yoder mic'd up during Admirals practice prior to his call-up to the Manitoba Moose.
You, Ozzy. Look at Fetty running the half wall. It's a brain rot. It's a brain rot Fortnite. Nice. Ah! Worthy's just stoning me today. Just absolutely owning me.
The scummiest guy gets a 2-on-0, but the other guys get a 1-on-0. The winner gets the golf round. The scummiest guy just has a leg up on it.
Today, I don't care. Come on, Nosey.
Round 3, I don't know, I think he's trying to get some like camera time or something.
Oh! Oh! Is that Flo Rida?
Free golf!
Other way! Flo heard free golf. Flo heard free golf and.
Hey, who's after this?
It's you, buddy. It's 55, then 41. Oh! Ah! Oh. That's fine. That means you guys just sit longer. Go on, Worthy! Don't ask stupid questions, Nolsey. Yeah, just the rookies running show.
Hey boys, this could be our foursome right here.
Yeah, it could be our foursome. This could be our foursome. Oh, well, Nolsey just scored, so we can't do it yet. Oh, but we got 4 out of 5. All right, deal, yeah.
You can take the $20 gift card. Did you rip?
Don't ask stupid questions, rookie.
You go 2 on 0. That's our left winger, bro. Say, where does this come from? I'm calling in the heavy.
Oh, he wants. Wait, how is Nolsey Nolsey's voting for himself?
Yeah, but we don't want to win like that. But also it's a 2 on 0. But then you might get in your own head and like overpass it. I wouldn't have voted for you.
That's dictatorship. Oh.
Yoder doesn't like golf.
Me and Lear.
Golf as a line. Read it, golf as a line.
Oh.
Right, fellas.
Again, big thanks to Chase Yoder for wearing the mic for us, and congratulations on his call-up to the Manitoba Moose. This has been the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show. When we come back, it'll be the Michelob Ultra Zero third period as the Admirals try to pull back even against the Idaho Steelheads on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
27.
To turn up the volume in here. Let's get
And we're back for the start of the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. We'll start 5-on-5, full and even strength. Jaden Durow and Caleb Pearson remain in the beat box penalty boxes, serving their 5-minute major penalties for fighting. Towards the end of the second period, the Admirals trail 2-1, and the Steelheads have opening possession for this third period. 2-1 lead for Idaho. Osmundson finds Kieker Olsen, who is tied up at the top of the far circle after he dumped it in. Off the far side, glass off a shin pad of Osmundson, and here comes Idaho. This one goes all the way down onside, and Idaho wins the race to the dot, so there's no icing. A point-blank save is made by Worthington with just 25 seconds gone in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Nick Gimbel alongside Brad Jones and producer Benjamin Draper here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. Brad, this Admirals team has played much better over the last 5 periods than we've seen in that Greensboro series. What do we need to not only continue but improve on to get back even in this game?
Yeah, I think, like we said, the energy, the pace, they've been dictating. If you're the Admirals, got to keep that, kick that horse into an even higher gallop here as you go throughout this third period, and getting pucks to the net, getting traffic to the net, creating that scramble, that chaos in and around Ben Crawls. He's been solid with 22 saves on 23 shots, make his life miserable. Great screen on the Brody Crane goal, so take away his eyes and try to beat him and tie this game up and eventually win it.
O'Leary steals it away, walks to the high slot, drops it back to, intended for Nathan Knoll, comes back to O'Leary for Musser, and the backhander goes wide. McDougal pinches in at the blue line, comes down to the near side wall, trying to squeak it through Mitch Wall.
Jardine just broke his stick over another Admiral.
O'Leary shot
now,
hits the
look, he's
crossbar.
holding him. How is that not a penalty? Right in front of the ref. There's no stick in his hand because he broke it over the top of Sutter's head, and then he hog ties him.
.18:30 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. No icing here. Admirals trail 2-1. Hits the linesman at the blue line and will be picked up by Francesco Arcuri. Back towards the blue line, intercepted, and here comes James Hardy, 3-on-2. Hardy had it knocked away in the near side corner, thrown into the glass, and here come the Steelheads. Arcuri dispossessed at the blue line by Brody Crane. Stays just onside in the neutral zone, so we continue. Jack Pescucci dumps it cross ice. Off the backside of Osmundson, who lost sight of it. Good defensive stick by Pescucci. He'll start the transition for Christoph Papp. Florent has it bounce over the glass and out of play with 17:39 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Tomorrow, Guns and Hoses. The police and fire game is at 2 p.m. And then the Admirals will wrap up this festive 3-game set against the Idaho Steelheads at 7:05 p.m. Earlier today, I was told there were fewer than 500 tickets remaining for the Guns and Hoses night. So head on over to the Admirals website, scan the QR code now to get one of the few remaining tickets left. One ticket gets you into both games at 2 p.m. for Police versus Fire and at 7:05 Admirals versus Steelheads. Not sure which game's going to be more chippy, Steelheads and Admirals or Police versus Firefighters. 17:30 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. The puck careens to the near side corner.
The key to a Guns and Hoses night is to pace yourself on the adult beverages. You do not want to go too hard during the first game. Or the pregame to the first game.
The pregame starts a little bit earlier.
Sometimes the fans are a little more fired up in the Guns and Hoses game than the police and the fire, and that's always fiery. It is always a good time, though. One of the best nights of the year is the Guns and Hoses night.
Stretch pass intercepted by Idaho. They come in onside to the high slot, far circle. Save Worthington, rebound, score. 2-goal lead restored for the Steelheads.
He'll pass off pad there, shoot for spray, and Ty Pelton Bice, our player to watch in Wednesday night's game, picks up the rebound. Admirals unable to pick up the extra stick on there. Starts with the turnover. We saw that stretch play get turned over a couple times. And just unable to pick up the stick on the back door, and that's a tough one to give up here for the Admirals. But again, another goal off the turnover.
Number 17, Ty Pelton Bice. Assist from number 21, Mason Nevers. And number 10, Samuel Jardine. At 3:09 of the third period. Pelton Bice from Nevers and Jardine at 3:09 of the third period.
So Nevers, who had a pair of goals on Wednesday, gets an assist on an insurance tally for Idaho. That was close to offside, and it will be offside. A little late on the whistle for Evan Knox as Liam Malmquist had one extra millisecond to hold off on firing that puck after the whistle and absolutely blowing everything out of proportion.
That's one of those plays where we talk about just a step offside, but Idaho trying to get behind the Admirals D as we take a look at our hit to the game here in this physical contest.
Admirals will have an offensive zone face-off coming up on the far circle. Good win. Osmundson sends it towards the front. Keeker Olsen battling to the whistle, gets tied up behind the net. Admirals got to be careful here of Price and Pescucci coming in too deep to bring the face-off out to the neutral zone. I don't see any penalties being signaled with 16:16 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period.
Idaho is going to line up in the neutral zone because they saw it and they're going for it, and the referee is going to call the draw outside as well, so the right call made right there.
Face-off just outside of the Idaho defensive zone, near side circle. Near side dot, I should say. Keeker Olsen cross-checked as he's down on the ice by Steinmetz. As Hershuk sends it all the way down on a deflection, so there is no icing. Holmes tied up by Caleb Price. Rolls to Keeker Olsen and back for Pescucci, who lays a reverse hit on Holmes. From the near corner, Steelheads try to work it up the wall. Stolen away by Florent. Gives it up at the far blue line. Backhander intercepted by Pescucci. He'll start it up for Keeker Olsen, or excuse me, Osmundson. And Florent can't get a handle on it. Back the other way come the Steelheads into the Admiral zone. 15:38 left in this Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Norfolk trails now 3-1. Another Idaho 2-goal lead. Steelheads to the blue line. Punnett rims it to the near corner. Engum gets to it, finds Magnuson. Starts the breakout for Brady Florent, who steers it to the neutral zone, trying to find Osmundson. Off the skates of Nathan Knoll, he'll drop it back for Engum, and he'll clear it to the neutral zone as both teams make line changes. Comes the Steelhead possession in the Idaho defensive zone in the far corner. Cleared all the way down for Josh McDougall. Thrown up the near wall on a deflection. It does hit the stick of Brody Crane, so there's no icing. 5 minutes gone in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Steelheads clear. Backspin finds the stick of Brody Crane, who comes back defensively. Right onto the stick of his captain, Carson Musser. Trying to take space down the left wing, gains the center ice red and dumps it in. Cross comes out of his net, plays it to the near side corner. Punnett with patience gets it around Brody Crane out to the neutral zone. Quick start by Musser. It's a little too eager of an entry with 14:31 left in the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. It's an offside. Dureau and Pearson exit the beat box penalty boxes following their 5-minute majors for fighting. So both teams will have the full arsenal of their roster on the bench.
Well, just one shot aside here for both teams. 5:29 here into this third period. If you're the Admirals, you're going to have to get more rubber than that towards Ben Krall. Start to make a push here and spending some time like we saw in that second period down in Idaho territory.
So with Dureau out of the beat box penalty box, he'll be reunited with Papp and Crane. Pescucci and Price defensively standing at the center ice red line as Idaho wins the face-off. Jeff Baum gains center ice red and dumps it in wide of Worthington. He'll paddle it back to the trapezoid. Pescucci rims it up the near side half wall, intercepted by Silanoff, and Pescucci gets it back. He'll backhand it off the far side glass, glove down in front of the Admiral bench by the Steelheads, and Silanoff comes back down the left wing, kept to the outside by Price, rimmed around the dasher boards to the far side for Mason Nevers. Assisting on the insurance tally, Pescucci lays a hit on him, and it's going to be penalized. So the Admirals will go to the Centera Therapy Center penalty kill when we come back. 13:58 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. For all Wednesday and Sunday home games, buy tickets through our first draft deal and get your first draft beer of the night for just $5. Visit our website or our social medias to get your first draft deal for next Sunday's game now. Our final Wednesday home game of the season was this past Wednesday. Only one more Sunday to take advantage of this first draft deal against the Greensboro Gargoyles on March 22nd. Pescucci into the beat box, penalty box for boarding. 13:58 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Norfolk has another Centera Therapy Center penalty kill. Magnuson will force Idaho to restart from their own defensive end. Big kill for the Admirals, yielding the third goal for Idaho, now down by 2. We'll see if the Admirals can do what they did earlier in the second period and maybe get some momentum off of a penalty kill if they're able to complete the task for the second time tonight. Steelheads through the neutral zone, off a skate past McDougall. Carson Musser chases into the near corner and cleared out on the second effort by McDougall. Osmondson and Florent out at forward on the penalty kill. Osmondson collapses hard. Florent's going to earn possession in the near corner in the offensive zone. Backhands it in front. Osmondson wanted the cycle. Here come the Steelheads through the neutral zone over the blue line. Dropped by Pearson. Curry to the far side. Musser did not hit that with a high stick. Florent has a 2-on-1 with Reifenberger. Florent near side, back door, out in front, score! It's the captain, Carson Musser. Throw the monkey off the back. And the Admirals are back within one on a shorty with 12:49 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period.
Yeah, I wondered for a second if we overpassed that one. I thought Reifenberger was going to shoot it on that feed from Florent. And good job by Carson Musser driving to the net. Has to go to his backhand to tap that one home. And that's a huge shorthanded goal there with 12:49 to go in this game. Bring the Admirals right back within one.
And there's about 7 Steelheads on the Idaho bench that are screaming for what they think should have been a high stick and stopping play. So now both goals for the Admirals, Idaho completely infuriated about.
Coastal Cocktail short-handed goal. Scoring his second of the season, number 4, Carson Musser. Assist for number 16, Marco Reichenberger. And number 94.
And we're going at it again as Worthington was nearly bowled over, covering the puck up with 34 seconds left on the Centera Therapy Center penalty kill. Everybody separates finally, but
yeah, that starts Nevers went hard to the net right there, and I think it was Knoll took exception to it as Worthington covered it up and knocked him down. And then there was a bit of a meeting of the minds. I think that was Andre Sutter, I believe that's a 22, knocked down a second steelhead off to the right of Worthington. And cooler heads will prevail for maybe the first time tonight.
Maybe the only time tonight. 12 and a half left in this Michelob Ultra 0 third period. The Admirals once again pull back within one. It's a 3-2 Steelhead lead. Still 34 seconds of power play time for Idaho as Pescucci watches from the beatbox penalty box. Face off near side circle. Blocker hand side of Worthington in the Admirals D zone. Loose puck on the face-off finds its way to the corner through Engum. Nearly intercepted, now possession held by McDougall, who takes a late hit, finding Nathan Knoll. Knoll stops up in the far circle, looking for O'Leary. There was a shooting lane that Knoll didn't take. McDougall with a little bit of a pit stop, getting a fresh stick from head equipment manager Curtis Mosley, and stays in the play defensively. Backdoor feed, there's the fresh stick from McDougall. Give a partial assist on the defensive play to Curtis Mosley. Still 3 seconds left on the kill. Far circle, down to the corner. Idaho works it around. Pad save Worthington, rebound near circle. Another save by Worthington. McDougall clears it to the corner, and here goes Pescucci getting around one. Pescucci comes over the blue line onside, and this Scope crowd is fired up here on Country Night. 11 and a half left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Silanoff can only dump it into the corner. Worthington plays it for Magnuson, and he finds Brody Crane to give it back to him. And up the near wall, there's Jaden Durow in the neutral zone. To the near corner, Christoph Papp. 11:19 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Caleb Price holds the line, trying to find Papp net side, and it's intercepted. Price gaining confidence with every single shift with a nice step up, but a good breakout from Idaho down the near side. Trying to get around Pescucci, who falls down. Centering pass comes all the way to the blue line for Punnett. Punnett rims it around, as now Pescucci taking and giving cross checks with Nick Ports in front of the Admirals net, as Norfolk clears it to the neutral zone for Jaden Durow to dump in around the boards, near side to far. Keeker Olsen colliding on the far side, trying to hold possession, can't do so, and it's through Musser. Far circle shot, saved by Worthington. He'll cover the rebound with 10 and a half left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period.
I tell you what, Nick, obviously we hope we win this game, but win or lose, the fans got their money's worth tonight.
Absolutely.
There is a little bit of everything. It's been a great hockey game.
And we'll give credit to the fans, too. They've come out ready to cheer, ready to go. And we hope for more of the same tomorrow for Guns and Hoses. Again, if you're here in the Norfolk or Hampton Roads area watching or listening to this game, very few tickets remain for Guns and Hoses tomorrow. Come on out. One ticket gets you to both games. You don't want to miss the conclusion of this fun series and get some police and firefighter hockey action as well at 2 p.m. Approaching the halfway point of the Michelob Ultra 0 third period, Carson Musser has pulled the Admirals within one for the second time tonight. Josh McDougall holds it in the trapezoid. He's being shadowed by Pelton Bice. Up the near wall for Nathan Knoll, looking for a backhand pass. Good support from Musser, and he'll come through the neutral zone. Musser leaves it for Hardy, or Reifenberger rather, and it rolls into the glove hand. And Knoll has his bucket removed, and he'll start throwing punches in response.
That's Jardine again, so good for Knoll, because Jardine is throwing stuff again. There we go.
Jardine has Knoll tied up. Knoll trying to get a hand free. Knoll gets back on his feet. And Reifenberger shoving behind the net with someone. And I don't know if you caught that, but Ben Cross tried to break Nathan Knoll's stick on the far side as well.
Good for Nathan Knoll, though. Jardine's been...
he's been a thorn all game.
That's the nice way to say it. I was trying to think of the appropriate word to use without getting myself in trouble. But yeah, so good for Knoll to just say enough's enough. Get him off the ice. You see the step back in time here in the Visit Williamsburg replay as this one goes on the whistle, and right there he takes a jab at Knoll right to the face a couple times. That's what starts it. Jardine's been getting away with it. The ref hasn't called it all night, so good for Nathan Knoll. Said, I'm going to police this one myself.
Well, and Nathan Knoll had his helmet removed by Jardine just out of nowhere. So Nathan Knoll, you know, in that kind of scenario, it's punch or be punched. You're going to get the first one in. Jardine may have gotten the better of Knoll in the back half of that altercation. But the same thing we say about Jaden Dureau. Way to stand up for yourself. If the referee's not going to get involved and police it, that's what's so great about the game of hockey. You have a way to police it yourself.
Yeah, when you got a guy running around playing like that all game, you know, you got to do something about it or he's going to keep doing it. And in that situation, that's about the third time. I mean, Jardine was the same one that broke his stick over Reifenberger's ribs in the second period. So
Jardine and Knoll both get 5 minutes for fighting, so we stay 5-on-5 on the near side circle face-off in Idaho territory. 10:05 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Idaho still leads 3-2, and the puck will find its way down to Admiral territory, all the way to the near circle. And the back pass is intercepted by Florent for Osmundson. Keeker Olsen tries to cut to the net. Osmundson takes a lick at the blue line. Keeker Olsen trying to find Florent in the trapezoid. It's intercepted by Idaho. They'll clear to the blue line for Silanoff. Dumped into the glove hand of Engum. He'll backhand it to the near corner for Magnuson. 9.5 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Norfolk needs one to tie. They trail 3-2 to the Steelheads. Keeker Olsen off the skates of Florent. Steelheads start a breakout down the left wing wall off the backside of Osmundson, who takes a tumble. And it comes all the way down the near side wall, no icing.
Ozzy's been quiet by his standards, especially in a game like this. I don't think he's got into any altercations, which is rare for him this year.
I gotta wonder if the conversation in the locker room is Ozzy can't be the only spark plug on this team. I feel like everybody has picked up their game, seeing what Osmundson brings to this lineup as the spark plug. Now everybody's starting to pull their weight and pull the rope in the same direction and sticking up for themselves and each other in a game like this. So it's really good to see that the Admirals are doing that without Osmundson being as involved as he normally is. So Musser will move it down the left wing. Dureau toe drag shot. Pinball's just wide in the offensive zone, wide of the net. Brody Crane will pinch in from the top of the circle, find its way to the blue line for Musser. He'll give it back at the blue line, intended for Dureau, and it goes out to the neutral zone. The Scope crowd getting the team fired up as Dureau has it knocked away at the top of the near circle, all the way back onto the skates of Pascucci and through the backhand of Musser.
8 minutes left in this third period. Nick, still just 2 shots on goal this period for the Admirals.
The Admirals will watch this go back to their defensive end. Far circle shot, saved by Worthington. Mitch Wall trying to mix it up in front of the Admirals net. That'll take us to our second media timeout of period number 3. 7:54 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Idaho leads 3-2 on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
Born Primitive is athlete-driven and patriot-inspired, creating high-performance fitness apparel built for strength, style, and durability. Check out their full collection at bornprimitive.com and elevate your workouts today. Well, if you like what you see, come on out for some of the upcoming promo nights. Tomorrow, we've mentioned it, Guns and Hoses Night. 2 games for the price of 1. Very few tickets remaining for tomorrow's festivities. Admirals Con on March 21st against Greensboro. And then Beach Bums Night on April 3rd against the Adirondack Thunder. Idaho wins the face-off in the Admirals' defensive zone. 7:50 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Idaho leads 3-2 as O'Leary backhands it behind the net for Engum. This pass D to D behind the net, stolen away, and a bouncer finds its way to the blue line. That's held in by Idaho. Magnuson ties this man up. Engum sends it the length of the ice, and icing is going to be called as it went right between the stick and the skate of a Steelhead defender at the blue line. You see that waved off sometimes just because of the proximity of the puck to the defender, but Evan Knox this time says no.
Yeah, I agree. That was an icing.
Yeah, Sheraton Waterside icing called against the Admirals with 7.5 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Steelheads, with a one-time shot, and then a rebound turnaround shot goes over the crossbar. Will Magnuson sends it from the corner up the near wall for O'Leary. Hershuk finds Dodero to send it the length of the ice. Braden Engum picks it out of the corner. Magnuson up the near wall. O'Leary handles and backhands for Andre Sutter. Sutter down the near wall from the corner. Stuff attempt goes through the blue paint. O'Leary on goal, and Cross makes the save. Sutter taking a forearm shiver and giving some, and now horse collared from behind and tackled to the ice. Still no penalties being signaled by the referee, who's standing 5 feet from it.
Yeah, they're not going to call that. I think we've established that.
Not at 6:54 remaining in regulation, as the Admirals would like to have a power play trailing by 1. As you mentioned, Brad, still now make that the 3rd shot on goal in this period, but even for Idaho, only 5 shots in this 3rd period, so. Admirals have a face-off in the offensive zone. They win it. McDougal for Musser, and it's blocked away. All the way down. It's a foot race. McDougal's going to win it and clear it to the neutral zone. Florent strips it in front of the team benches. Here comes Osmondson through the center ice logo. Osmondson near circle. Holds it through the trapezoid all the way to the far corner. Rubbed off into the boards. Getting support from Florent and Kieker Olsen. It's now a 3-on-3 battle. Osmondson for Kieker Olsen. And stripped away by Idaho. They'll have a 3-on-2. Florent on the back check trying to make it a 3-on-3. Near circle. Silanov. Back pass through the slot. Finds its way to the corner. McDougal steals it away with 6:15 left in regulation. Stretch pass goes all the way down for a Sheraton Waterside icing. Called against the Admirals again with 6:11 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Knoll and Jardine still in the beatbox penalty boxes, serving their 5-minute majors for fighting. Nathan Knoll, one of the big centermen, often tasked with winning big faceoffs for head coach Jeff Carr. So with him in the beatbox penalty box, we'll see who the Admirals send out for big faceoffs down the stretch here. Dureau shot into the glove hand of Cross with 6 minutes exactly remaining in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period.
That's the 6th shot of the game to lead the Admirals for Jaden Dureau. He has had his chances here tonight. He's been all over the ice for Norfolk.
Faceoff will be on the far side circle. Admirals setting up a play. Crane, Dureau, and Pap. Out with Pescucci and Price. Far circle faceoff. 6 minutes left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Idaho leads 3-2. Pap falls down on the faceoff. Possession held by Idaho. And they'll send it with the lob wedge to the neutral zone. Off the glove hand of Price. Good job to get back with that defensive stick on Caleb Pearson, stopping that offensive opportunity. The puck finds its way in front of the Steelhead bench as Pearson comes back and lays a hit on Jaden Dureau, who didn't have the puck, and then cross-checks Dureau, who skates across the blue line looking for a stretch pass that didn't come as Pescucci holds for Price.
Well, those were the fight combatants earlier. I thought they might want to go again. They enjoyed the do-si-do the first time and thought they'd do the boot scoot and boogie a second time.
That might be your best one of the night. To the blue line, Engum. Far side, Magnuson. Shot blocked away. Duro is going to take a penalty in the slot. .5:15 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. The Admirals will be on the Centera Therapy Center when we come back. Idaho leads 3-2 on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward. That spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
.5:15 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Duro to the beatbox penalty box for interference. It's a big Centera Therapy Center penalty kill for the Admirals, who trail 3-2 in the dying moments of regulation. Faceoff will be on the near side circle, blocker hand side of Worthington. Steelheads win it to the blue line. They'll move it far side. Save made by Worthington on the top circle shot on the far side from Francesco Arcuri. You know, when we talked about at the pregame show, Tommy Bergslin being sent down from the Texas Stars, the Admirals have done a good job of neutralizing him. We haven't had to say his name a whole lot on the broadcast tonight.
I mean, what do we say? About 33 shots per game this team averages in Idaho, and second in the ECHL in average goals for per game. And right now, that was probably the 20th shot, I believe, for the Steelheads in this game. So the Admirals have done a good job defensively.
We have reached the final five presented by Centera. 1:40 left in the Centera Therapy Center. Penalty kill. Norfolk trails 3-2. O'Leary trying to chase it down. He'll get it. Admirals another shorthanded 2-on-1. O'Leary, Reifenberger, and it's intercepted in the middle.
That was a great defensive play right there. He baited him into making that pass and then picked it off.
The Admirals with one power play and one shorthanded goal in the game. Steelheads work it back around the Admirals' defensive zone, still on the power play for 1 minute and 12 seconds. The Admirals trail by 1, so you expect them to take advantage of some offensive opportunities and take some extra chances they normally wouldn't, but this Admirals team, now I believe that's their 8th shorthanded goal of the season. I'll do a little bit more research if I get a chance, but they have numbered up quite a few shorthanded goals, and we think back to that Worcester series. They scored a shorthanded goal in 3 straight games against the Worcester Railers at the DCU Center back before Christmas. So another shorthanded goal tonight pulls the Admirals within 1. 3:50 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. 3-2 lead for Idaho. It's dumped in. Worthington's going to cover it up with the glove and make the safe play. With 29 seconds left on the Centera Therapy Center penalty kill, Nathan Knoll and Sam Jardine will come out of the beatbox penalty boxes.
Let's see if Knoll goes right out there for this face-off. He's doing one of these penalty killers. Jeff Carr turns to, but it looks like he'll stick with Florent and Osmondson up front, maybe. I think they were looking at side for the face-off. It's Osmondson's strong side, so he'll stay out there instead of Knoll.
It will be that far side circle face-off. Idaho wins it. They'll move it to the blue line. Florent trying to get there. Magnuson keeps the play to the outside, knocks that puck down, but it comes back to Steelhead possession all the way to the near half wall. Aiden Hershuk sends it to the corner. Glove down at the blue line by Wall, excuse me. Through Holmes. Stuff attempt off the left pillow of Worthington, and it's cleared out by Osmondson. And the Admirals kill it off. We're back to 5-on-5, full and even strength with 3:13 left in regulation.
It's a massive kill. Idaho not converted on the power play tonight. Now you got 3 minutes 5 seconds for that whistle here to go to work and try to find the equalizer, Nick.
Both teams still have their timeouts in their back pockets. 3:05 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period inside of the Final Five presented by Centera. We have moved past all of our media timeouts, so if there's a prolonged stoppage, it'll be because of a team timeout. Norfolk trails by 1 with 3 left in regulation. They need every point they possibly can to try to make a push for the playoffs. 17 points out of a playoff spot with 19 games remaining after tonight. We'll keep an eye on Alex Worthington to see how aggressive Jeff Carr gets with pulling the netminder for the extra attacker. Crane comes over the blue line, still 5-on-5 for a moment, 2:40 left in regulation. Oh, Kareem's out in front for Kieker Olsen, and it's going to be cleared the length of the ice for a Sheraton Waterside icing with 2.5 left in regulation, as Ben Cross had to deal with that one coming out in front randomly.
Yeah, and I mean, this is where we're going to see situations too, what Jeff Carr decides to go with. Obviously, Chase Yoder up in Manitoba, Grant Hubert not in the lineup here for this hockey game. So let's see what options he's going to go to with some of his normal late game options not available.
Looks like Pap, Duro, and O'Leary out with Musser and Engum. Far side circle face-off. Pap wins it. O'Leary for Engum, who rips a one-timer. Posted in on a deflection. Jaden Duro, have a night, young man. Tie game. 2:27 left in regulation.
We're going to see if they review this one. Idaho screaming for a review, and they are going to review this one to see if it was a high stick from Duro. 17 on the right side of your screen. I think that's good, but it's hard to tell, obviously, stick position versus crossbar from that angle. I don't know how much better of a look that we can get at of that one. Now Joe Johnson having a conversation with Chad Nochi, and they are going to go to the tablet and put this play officially under review. I think the positive on this one, Nick, the call on the ice is goal.
Yes.
So if there's not conclusive evidence of a high stick, the goal's going to stand, and we got a tie hockey game unless the referee can dig up something conclusive, as we'll take a look here.
And also, let's take a look. Nathan Knoll and Jardine are jawing at the center ice red line, and Evan Knox has to intervene.
So let's see if the boys downstairs can run that one again and maybe slow it down a little bit. It didn't look high to me from that angle, but I think that's kind of the best camera angle that we have on that one.
Well, and that's the importance of face-off, Brad. The Admirals win the O-zone draw, and a quick play from O'Leary to Engum. He lets it rip, and maybe Jaden Duro.
Slow it down here. Engum on the one-timer. Look at right there. He's reaching. I think that's good, Nick. That's really hard to tell. Good job in the boys backing it up. Shoulder height is what you're looking at. That, to me, does not appear above the height. We're going to have an answer. Tie game,
good
baby.
Goal!
Let's go.
.227 left in the third. We're tied at 3. I was just about to say, excellent work from our production crew downstairs. That replay, it almost looked like the puck was deflected upward. So it can't be a high stick if the puck is deflected upward, goes off the crossbar, down and in. Tied at 3. 2.5 left in regulation.
So cocktail goal. Scoring his 12th of the season, number 17, Jaden Duro. Assist for number 10, Braden Enga. And number 9, Jack O'Leary. At 17:33 of the third period. Duro from Enga and O'Leary at 17:33 of the third period.
Nathan Knoll and Jardine It's the Wild West out there, Brad Jones, and there's no sheriff in town. Noel will head off to the bench and will be replaced for a top-line unit.
Jardine's out there like Rip from Yellowstone. There's going to be fighting. You're going to fight me.
2:17 left in a tied third period. Keeker Olsen wins it. Magnuson has it at the blue line, dumps it cross corner. There's a steelhead back behind the Admiral defense, but the pass is blocked off by the shin pad of Osmundson. Got to have that awareness, battling through the highs and lows of an emotional hockey game. Jardine dumps it off the glass, out to the neutral zone. Skate to stick for Magnuson. He'll find Florent, who dumps it to the high slot for Keeker Olsen. Keeker Olsen near circle, shot deflected by Osmundson, but it goes to the corner. Back to Florent through the trapezoid, overskated, and it's over the stick of Keeker Olsen. There's Engum getting an assist on that tying goal, but it's cleared all the way down by Idaho. That will be a Sheraton Waterside icing with 1:38 left in regulation, tied at 3. Far side circle face-off with $1:38 left in regulation, tied at 3. Puck is pushed to the corner, rimmed up the glass, held in by Musser. Picked up by Idaho. They'll work through the neutral zone and into Admiral territory. From the far side, now near side top circle. Jordan Steinmetz dispossessed by Musser, and there's Josh McDougall. McDougall sandwiched. Holds possession for a moment. Papp is there supporting. Stuff attempt gets knocked away by Musser. And the backhander goes to center ice. Good hops from Jeff Baum to not allow an Admirals breakaway.
That gets through. Duro was gone.
1 minute left in regulation. Tie game.
Go.
Papp down the far wall. Shot stymied, and it goes into the left-handed catching glove of Ben Cross with 52 seconds left in regulation.
Pop wants a penalty on that one, but I thought Brody Crane was going to go with him and drive the net. If he would have, that would have been a 2-on-1, but he ended up delaying and cutting back and made it a 1-on-1 scenario. I'd like to see Crane drive the net right there, force a defenseman into a tough decision, give another option to Christoph Papp.
Another far side circle face-off. 52 seconds left in regulation. Idaho wins the face-off to the right of their goal. And it's a 3-on-3 rush through the neutral zone, rimmed around the glass to the near side. Engum picks it up. Lost it in the corner. Andre Sutter does a good job of forcing that pass to the middle on a deflection, and a blue line shot finds its way to the far side. Reifenberger with another big hit.
Boom,
his third of the
baby.
game.
That's how you drive through the body right there. And what's that do? It gets the puck out because he doesn't fly by his man. He drives through him. Beautiful play by Reifenberger.
20 seconds left in regulation. There's Reifenberger to the near corner. Takes a bump of his own, a two-a-side battle. Gotta stay disciplined right here. You cannot head into overtime shorthanded.
Oh, call it.
Puck pops out to the circle. O'Leary dives to get to it, can't do it. 2 seconds left. We're headed to overtime. A gutsy effort at the end of regulation gives the Admirals an extra point. We'll head to overtime. We'll step aside for just a brief moment, and we'll be back for the extra period on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports. Now on Cox Channel 44.
Over.
Wow. Holy squeakers. Like a chew toy for a dog over there.
Overtime for Friday night action here at Scope Arena. The teams will swap sides for a 7-minute 3-on-3 overtime. Ben took my water to set up the reaction cam, so that's what I'll blame it on.
Overtime.
A gutsy, all-around effort for this Admirals team, and what a night for Jaden Durow. A fight, sticking up for himself, gets the deflection on Braden Engham's shot from the blue line, and he'll be out to start overtime.
Hey, if he can assist on the winner, that's the old Gordy right there.
Oh, yes. The Admirals in this game scoring a power play, a shorthanded, and an even strength goal. 3-on-3, 7-minute OT. Loose puck off the center ice faceoff. Durow battling. Idaho comes away with it. And the Steelheads will hold it back in their defensive end. Tommy Bergsland drops it back to Pelton Bice. Back to Bergsland. Walks into the Admirals zone.
Man on man, got to communicate here.
Pelton Bice, shadowed by Nathan Knoll, all the way out to the neutral zone. That's how important possession is in overtime, 3-on-3. Teams will gladly take the puck out of their offensive end to hold possession if they don't see a play they like. Pearson, near circle, shot deflected on a beautiful defensive stick from Nathan Knoll. And Bergsland retreats back to his defensive end to hold it for Idaho.
Watch the Steelhead off the bench there.
Bergsland stripped away by Engham. There goes Brady Florent on a skate down the right wing. Engham is the drop pass option. Engham for Florent. Engham just wide. He'll fall down. Loose puck in the trapezoid, rimmed up by Idaho. They'll have a 1-on-2 transition.
Forward. The good thing Idaho's dead tired at the end of overtime. That helped out right there.
Osmondson strips it. Florent just wide of the far side post. You got to be kidding me. Caleb Price.
Turn it, Caleb. That's interference. Come on.
Osmondson taken out of the play. Price for Florent. Save made by Cross, which should be 4-on-3 right now. Caleb Price, the defenseman, activating in the corner. Osmondson back defensively. Price gets to it. Falling down on the far half wall, he'll hold possession for Brady Florent. Price walks off the wall. Osmondson back door.
Get back.
Stretch pass, breakaway, in overtime. Arcuri scores. Game over. How the Admirals are not on a power play after the interference on Osmondson is beyond me, and the Admirals can't pick up the extra point in overtime. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay as Arcuri is able to get it past Worthington, and Idaho gets the extra point. We'll step aside, and when we come back to the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network, we'll wrap it up and preview our Guns N' Hoses night tomorrow here for Game 3 against the Steelheads.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected, the National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. The Home Comfort Hat Trick. For all of your home service needs, you've got a Bud for that.
When it comes to your home, trust matters, and Home Genius Exteriors has you covered. Our experts are ready to tackle any exterior project for your home. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience.
The Catastrophic Injury Team at Cooper Hurley helps people injured in truck, motorcycle, and other serious crashes.
We take on big insurance companies and powerful corporations. If you've been seriously injured, call the experts.
Call Cooper Hurley.
Steelheads take game 2 of this festive 3-game series, 4-3 in overtime. And we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. Nick Gimbel alongside the birthday boy, Brad Jones, and producer Benjamin Draper off to our right. Wrapping up tonight's game, game 2 of 3 total between Norfolk and Idaho. Both games decided by only a single goal. Norfolk getting the win on Wednesday 3-2. Idaho getting the win tonight 4-3 in overtime. Just a truly gutsy performance for this Admirals team in both nights, but a come-from-behind effort tonight. Jaden Durow with a spectacular game, protecting himself, standing up for himself, getting the game-tying goal, and I feel like the Admirals are really feeding off of that team energy right now.
Yeah, I think I'll table my displeasure with the officiating in that game, but no, I mean, that's a tremendous hockey game right there. It stinks to lose it, right? But a great comeback effort from this team, down by 2 goals to find a way to win. But again, it's 3 periods. They put together a 60-minute effort, plus the extra time here tonight. The chances were there in overtime. Obviously, the missed chance is what led to that breakaway. What are you going to do about it? But I think the effort from the collective whole was there. There was no passengers tonight, nor was there Wednesday, which was great to see. The guys were standing up for each other. Team toughness we talked about was so critical. We saw in this game tonight, there was everything. There was hits, there was fights, there was saves, there was goals. I mean, you know, you hate to be on the losing end of it, but it's hard to complain if you're a fan. What you got, your money's worth here with your ticket tonight, and Wednesday was much the same. And hopefully the Admirals can come out tomorrow in front of a packed barn and bring the same energy and excitement, the same effort, and find a way to win this series against one of the best teams in the league.
A couple of milestones we'll highlight real quick as we wrap up. Congratulations to defenseman Josh McDougall. He skated in his 250th career ECHL game tonight. Caleb Price getting his first professional point on an assist earlier in the game. And then, of course, the Admirals debuts tonight. Jack Pescucci on the back end and Killian Keeker Olsen up front. Their professional debuts after signing their respective contracts earlier today. An SPC for Keeker Olsen and ATO for Pescucci making their pro debuts out of Canisius College. If you liked what you saw tonight, come on out tomorrow. It's Guns and Hoses. Scan the QR code on your Flow Hockey screen now, or if you're listening in on YouTube Live, head on over to the Admirals website. 2 games for the price of 1, a 2 p.m. puck drop. Police versus Fire, that charity game happening in the early afternoon before a 7:05 p.m. puck drop against the Steelheads here to wrap up this fun, chaotic series against the Steelheads. So come on out, take part of the festivities. Again, very few tickets remaining for Guns and Hoses, so get your tickets now before they run out. For Brad Jones on my left and producer Benjamin Draper on my right, I'm Nick Gimbel saying thank you so much for making us a part of your Friday night. An excellent come-from-behind effort from the Admirals falls just short as they fall to the Idaho Steelheads in overtime by a score of 4-3.